Apparently it doesn't matter. Anyway, here we go. Oh, there we go. Hey, I found the button. Thanks so much, Yalfen. You just saved us like an hour and a half of game. It'd be all like, and then what do you... Oh, son of a... Thanks so much. All right, so we are SideQuests Live, and we're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons tonight. We always take viewer suggestions and input, so feel free to jump on the chat. We're going to go around the table and bring everybody up to speed. We just came back from a 2-week hiatus because, you know, life and work is insane. So we'll bring everybody up to speed, and let's go around the table. Hi, everybody. I think I made an everything button.
Nice.
It's not quite everybody, but if I brought in the other pictures, maybe I'll break. So we are meeting by remote. We used to do this live. Do you guys remember that? Like 3 months ago?
Seems like a lifetime ago.
It really does.
I actually remember it, yeah.
Weird. Wonder if
you guys would actually see my face.
What? So let's go around the table. Speaking of your face, we have a lovely art, which we'll get to in a second, but let's introduce Gordon and the character Fenris.
Hey, I'm Gordon, and I am playing the Shadow Sorcerer Fenris, who's been a mainstay since the first game in this campaign. And I guess things are about to get interesting now that we resumed and about to delve deeper into this dungeon. Or wherever this thing is, in the belly of this prison. I can't remember the name of what it's called. Salemrock or something like that.
Salemrock, yeah, that was a viewer suggestion.
The belly of Salemrock, where there's a lot of dead bodies.
Oh, they've been rounding up and killing prisoners en masse. But we'll get to that in a sec. Let's keep going around the table. I always come over to you, Bela, just as you're like eating. I'm so sorry. So here is Bela.
Hey everybody, I'm Bela. I'm playing Darmita, and she is an Aasimar. God, it's been so long. What am I? I'm a ranger.
Gloomstalker.
Yeah, Gloomstalker Ranger.
Gloomstalker Ranger, and we're in a dungeon, and she's looking forward to going deeper and getting into all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, and who's your animal companion?
Well, since Archie couldn't be with us tonight, I brought his namesake, Archibald.
Nice. Perfect. All right, so Archibald will be playing Archibald. So just teach him how to throw a dice and we'll get started.
Nice.
I'll just hit the button. It's fine. Much easier.
Yeah, that works too. All right, there's Darcy.
All right.
Bring us up to speed there, Darcy. Who are you?
Hi. that was the throwing it over to me. Okay, great. I'm Darcy Bits on Twitch. Not that I stream, but you can find my stuff, so check it out. I do some arts and stuff. You see the portraits for the characters. That was stuff I've done, which I realized I really want to do some more art of everyone because I've only drawn everyone one time. I was just like, I'm going to make the portraits and that's it. So I should return to these characters. They're a lot of fun.
Now, to be fair, though, you also drew most of the characters and NPCs of our alternate campaign as well, which was ambiguously moral. So you've done a lot of art, so I'm excited.
Yeah, and a few NPCs for this game as well. Yeah.
I think that's Bela. There we go. There's
some of the art. Yeah.
Yeah, just showing it in the background there. So yeah, be sure to check out Darcy's art and follow him up. He does good work for us, and he could do good work for you too if you want him to.
That's probably true. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pimping you out right now. All right, coming around to Trent.
Hello, I am Benkuhm, the smartest man in this group.
That's true.
Well, you have
Strongest.
convinced an ogre you're a mage.
And most the hardest one to. Yeah, I'm just the hardest, smartest, strongest, fastest character.
Absolutely, and it's not in the art, but if you look at the arms on his on this gigantic Goliath, you will see writhing with chains, spiked chains that are just scratching along, etching little marks on his skin, little droplets of blood, as he has made a couple of pals along the way.
Wanted them all voluntarily.
Yep.
I don't know.
You kept going up against chain devils and being like, this part of you is mine now. So that's going to be not in any way complicated.
Nightmares have, they're not so kind to me.
Yeah, which actually brings us to the next point, which you are actively avoiding sleep right now. So welcome to the world of exhaustion.
Hey, I'm getting to the world of exhaustion.
You would be there soon anyway. All right, so so you are also discovered that you don't like being back in prison. Hey, Grimdor, thanks for dropping by. May
That's
the
a very good
crits
point.
be with you. Oh, which reminds me, I should put on the chat so we can hear the chat in case we're in game and we need to hear you guys talk at us. It should read to us. Just got to turn that on. All right, while I'm doing that, I'm going to jump over. Unfortunately, Jay could not be with us tonight. He'll be back next week. But in the meantime, he is Archibald, who is currently going to be played by the puppy, who is not here. But you guys can take turns. Last time you almost killed him. Let's see if we can make that official.
Did Archie almost die? Did he?
He got pretty beaten and poisoned, if I remember correctly.
Let's see. What does my sheet say on him? It says I don't have any hit points recorded, so I don't know.
It says beaten and poisoned.
Absolutely. We do have chat.
That was 2 sessions ago.
Yeah, you got pretty hit hard the previous one. That's true.
Oh, I gotta fix the chat browser, so it's not going to show for us, unfortunately. But chat, you are an active part of this, so please words jump in. That's the map. All right, so hi everybody. We're gonna dive in, I think. Yeah.
Yes, let's.
Just took a.
Yeah, go ahead.
My notes say we've dug deeper than any man or woman ever has, except this place is already dug out. And we also, instead of saving the prisoners ourselves, we sent off the freed prisoners that we kind of had conglomerated with Sarah Telborn, who we were searching for her father, because we have a long-standing relationship with this person, or at least Darmita and Benkuhm do. Fenris has a standing relationship, and we have just met Philees in the jail. So after some choice fights with ghosts and guards of the Eye of Pelor, a very powerful rogue faction of Pelor's clergy, we've ended up in the belly of Salemrock, deciding to go deeper and figure out what kind of is at the heart of this jail, as Fenris has a pretty strong conviction that maybe we're gonna get our answers for Darmita and Fenris here, possibly, maybe not.
Absolutely. You guys had the chance to escape the prison and follow the lead to go track down Sarah Telborn's father, but instead a few clues made you decide, maybe there's something to be found further in. So I am struggling to get the chat working here, so
Celestial clues.
Is it gonna work?
Gate.
Yeah,
Ghost.
There've definitely been some
Philees died to a.
Yep,
That's
Philees
true.
literally died last game to a ghost. Which
I did not literally die.
Almost.
D&D, nobody dies.
You just fell down and you couldn't get up.
I did have a roll which had a 45% chance of killing me.
Yeah,
That is the thing I did.
Oh yeah.
that counts. That's
Because I had 2 death saves and I had to roll. So, yep.
all
45%
right.
chance in that one roll.
So, almost died. That still
Yep.
counts. All right, so let's dive in. You guys are have managed to sneak a long rest, much needed long rest in, after hiding in a darkened corner. You had a couple of encounters in the night, but you took care of them swiftly, and you decided against murdering everyone, and instead opted for the low-profile approach. So that was good. And you awaken to what you assume is the morning. Your stomachs let you know that it's morning, but the darkness around you has no change, except perhaps a slight increase in some random echoes of steps on stone in the distance, or a rattling, creaking cart far down one of the many twisting caverns that go in all directions. You guys are deep beneath the prison and have discovered this is the former lair of a necromancer.
Sure.
I feel so much better. Oh,
I've crushed a man's head in the night. I feel amazing.
Yeah,
you
guys,
look like you didn't sleep at all, Benkuhm.
In sleep, I just thought about it over and over again. 6 hours passed. I am the smartest man.
Benkuhm, what do you look like right now?
You definitely see some lengthy, like the bags kind of set in from roughly 20 to 25 hours of just being awake. I think I do have more chains now, so both my arms would be wrapped up in like kind of rusted iron chains. I guess they would be in front.
Yeah, one arm has a small band and the other one has a double. So you're pretty far wrapped.
Afraid. But yeah, I'm looking like I do have half plate, so that would cover like my shoulder on one side, and then I still have the maul, a shield, and a spear kind of on my back aligned. I'm choosing kind of the chain shield configuration today, I think.
Yeah, cool. I ask specifically because I did try to rewatch at least a little bit, at least the end part of the last session. And you have a moment where you say, I'm going to look like a chain devil and scare Archie when he wakes up. No, wait, you wanted to scare
Darmita.
So I don't know if that happened or not.
You guys look over. She did take the last shift, or a late shift, so she might still be asleep.
Great. I wake up Darmita looking like an infernal chain devil, and if I could do this without the wisdom saves, if I could kind of activate the chains a little bit, so I have like
Slightly writhing.
Yeah.
I'll let it go for flavor. You can just kind of let them wrap and
Yeah,
slither
I don't wanna
around her a little bit. Okay, Darmita, you awaken with a chain devil standing above you, looking menacing, the chains reaching out towards you in the darkness.
Your soul.
Okay, do I, when he speaks and says that, do I know it's Benkuhm, or do I truly think it's a chain devil?
Because the Hat of Disguise doesn't automatically do the voice, I'm going to let you do a investigation or perception check to figure it out. But it does take your action.
We also get a performance check.
Yeah, you can do a performance check from Benkuhm, please.
He just did deception.
Oh, perfect.
Same.
That works
Did he?
too.
I wasn't paying attention. Okay.
I got a 0 to deception, a 0 to performance.
There we go.
Ah.
I wasn't looking at the roll20.
Oh,
I'm going to kill you. I speak common.
All right, so you are convinced that it is a chain devil coming at you in the dark.
Okay, so at that point, then I'm going to grab, because I've been sleeping, but I assume being in a dungeon, I'm not sleeping completely unarmed. So I will grab my short sword and strike out at the devil.
I quickly go, no, it's me, Fenris. And I change into a really tall Fenris. See? Look, I can do the rough. Oh, look, the shadow behind you.
I call out. It's Benkuhm.
It's Benkuhm.
It does sound like him trying to do an impression of Fenris.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna take my sword and just kind of put it up toward his nose and be like,
That's my sternum. I'm just looking short right now. Here, I'll break the disguise. And you just see it's like 6 inches lower.
"You're an asshole." Just saying.
Yep. Didn't sleep. Let's go. All right, I'm feeling buzzed, guys. What are we?
Oh,
All right.
Eye of Pelor or something?
are we is everything fine in the night?
The small
Yeah.
gnome that is you've met in the prison, who's an ally of Sarah's, who's opted to come along with you, sits up, and you'd almost forgotten that she was there.
I blend right in with the rocky terrain.
Think
Well,
Well,
go ahead.
let's continue, everyone.
Well, I would appreciate a moment to commune with the world around us. Prepare spells.
If you need to relieve yourself, be quick about it. There's a corner.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right, so Benkuhm goes over to this corner and takes a long leak.
So
Honestly, I will need probably around half of an hour. Can we wait, or is that not possible?
do you shit that long? I say, shouting around the corner.
I don't respond.
Can I get Darmita and Fenris to do a perception check?
Yep.
Perception?
Perception.
Okay.
Well, I did have another question, which is, people died in the night. Are the bodies anywhere, or what's up with that?
I think they're in the corner somewhere.
Yeah, Benkuhm had been dragging them into a corner, and I imagine your mimic was probably munching on one of them.
That's why I was going to bring it up. I was going to say, like, Bela bento kota, it's breakfast. Looks like our friends got you breakfast in the night.
There was a hand just being slurped into an oversized, like a pretty sizable urn with a large handle that actually is big enough to hook over your shoulder.
Beautiful. So I'm going to start preparing spells. If I get interrupted, that's fine. But it takes a while. Like, it's, like a minute per level, and we're preparing 5th level spells. Like this. Yeah.
No problem. So you're hunkered down, and Fenris is kind of just keeping an ear out. Doesn't really pick up anything with a roll of 10. Bela, your keen ranger ears, no one else can see you in the dark, by the way. And Archibald is shuffling around a little bit, being like, oh, god damn it, and like bumping into things and trying to be quiet, but he is like he can't see anything in here. Actually, Benkuhm is also bumping into stuff. Unless you guys want to make some light. Bela, you pick up the sound of a very weird echo in the darkness coming off to the left that no one else seems to hear, and then it just fades away, almost like a memory. And then you do hear the shuffling of guards, probably about 100, maybe 120 feet due west, which on my camera is that way. So there seems to be some guards back the way that you guys came, but there were some twists and turns and some different options, so there's no immediate giveaway as to which way they're going to go.
Okay, I will go ahead and kind of just let Fenris know what I've heard, the direction about, and suggest that perhaps we probably leave soon.
All right.
The noise that I heard, the before the footsteps.
Yeah.
Did I, like, how does that sit, like, for me? Like, do I get kind of that tingly spidey sense, like, ooh, bad? Or is it just more meh,
It's like you've been having a hard time focusing. Your mind keeps wanting to drift. It wants to go back to a happier time. A time you don't actually remember. It was so long ago. I mean, you have fond memories of being with your father and, you know, a good score with the brigands and getting revenge on someone who slighted you. This is much more... It's almost like the smell of fresh-baked cookies, but the cookies, if you linger on it and concentrate on it too much, they turn to the smell of mold and rot. And your mind just keeps drifting. And it really takes a focus of will to bring yourself back to the darkened caverns, as you want to just be somewhere, somewhen else.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of put down my fortitude, my constitution, and just try to get through it, and we got a task to do.
All right. Okay, so if you guys are willing to wait the time, your stealthiness generally holds up and your luck holds up. No further guards pass through this particular hall. By the time Philees is done her meditations on nature, the Underdark being very familiar terrain for you.
Okay. So
not that you're in the Underdark, but you know.
Right, underground. I inflated that estimate of time because I wanted to also cast a ritual, which I don't know if will work or not, actually.
Okay.
But I wanted to cast Commune with Nature, a 5th level ritual.
Okay.
Yeah. So you briefly attune yourself with nature, gain knowledge of surrounding territory. When underground, it's 300 feet around me, but then also it says the spell doesn't function where nature has been replaced by construction. So this might just fail.
There's been enough reclaiming of this area. Certain pockets are definitely going to be not acceptable, like that have been refined a little bit. But most of it has been reclaimed by the ground, and you know, even the walls are half reclaimed by the encroaching stone and the piles of that.
Okay, great.
Yeah, sorry guys, that hold on one sec. I do have chat. If you want to try it again now, no enemies encountered. I do see you guys in there. The Dritz, super bad. It might be working now if you want to give it a try. It wasn't working on Restream, unfortunately. I changed chat servers because, yeah, so we can just do that for now.
The Drizz.
Okay, so the spell reads that I instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of my choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to the area. Okay. And one of these subjects that I can look at is powerful celestials, fey fiends, elementals, or undead. But that itself is not a fact. I have to choose a fact regarding to that subject.
Okay. What would you
so
like
one of
to
my
know?
facts would be the location of powerful celestials, if there are any within 300 feet of us, which maybe there aren't. I don't know.
Within 300 feet. Let's see. What's our range?
Because I'm pretty sure the primeval awareness is like a mile, right? So
yeah, primeval awareness is very far.
Quite a bit further, even though we detected some in the area that might not be right up on us.
I'm still relatively new to this. I'm trying to find my measure tool.
Oh, it's the circle with the line in it. It's not really a line, but it's a circle. Let's go. Yeah, that one.
So 3 times that. All right. Yeah, that's a pretty good radius, even underground. So within 300 feet for celestials, you put your hand on the stone and you're
I'm like holding this like weird
a little bit of moss.
No.
And the dripping of the moisture and all of these things start to speak to you in feelings, and you get a sensation almost immediately due east. There's a strange... It's almost like an echo. There is no celestial powerful being here, but then not.
Okay.
But then not. It's this weird kind of fluctuating, like trying to see someone through a revolving door that's opaque. Every once in a while, You get a little tiny, but the rest of the time, nothing.
Okay. Well, I get 2 more facts.
Yep.
I'll also look for powerful fiends within 300 feet. Maybe there are none that are powerful enough to register. I don't know. And I'll also do the same thing for undead. I'll do those 3.
Sure. And what's the how long does this last?
It's instantaneous. As soon as the ritual's done, I have the information.
All right. So within 3.
So it was an 11-minute ritual, but yeah.
Again,
Instant knowledge at that time.
due east, there is a very strong. There's nothing at first, and then a blip. Just you close your eyes, and you can almost see what the water and the mold and the other things in that other room can pick up. You see a stilettoed, armored foot step out of a burst of flame. Click, click, click. You get a glimpse of a long armored calf up to dark and black twisted, really incredibly intricately made black plate mail running up to a knee, up to the hips, and up the back. You see a flash of dark unfolding wings.
No.
As an Arrhenius is somewhere to the east, within 300 feet, and she just arrived.
All right.
You get there's this weird whisper on the wind. Sarnia.
Okay. Cool. That was a lot of information, so I won't push it. And then my third fact would be the location of powerful undead. But I'm pretty sure, like, if there's any lich or something, that should be outside of the range from the previous trying to find the phylactery. But there might be something else.
This one, again, you concentrate and you pick up a little shard of bone off the ground.
Sure.
Your mimic hiccuped out. And you concentrate on it for a second.
Oh, thank you.
And this one's a little different. It's not a vision so much as a strange vibration in it. And you hold it up to look at this bone, and you let go, and instead of falling down, it falls due north and flicks against the wall right next to Archibald's head as he's bent down, lacing up his boots. And he's like, "What?" Sure. And it's stuck against the wall, embedded in like an arrow. Due north, there is... Again, there's a strange word just on the tip of your tongue. Do you speak Draconic?
No.
I'm afraid you don't know what the word means.
Okay. But it sounds Draconic?
It sounds
Can I get that much? Because otherwise I'd be acting off of you saying that as a player, and I don't want to do that.
No. It's something like, well, hey chat, you want to give us a name that sounds vaguely Draconic? Name our stuff. That's what we do.
All right, cool. Oh, all right. Thank you all for waiting. Seems to have Darmita, you were sensing the creatures around earlier, I believe. I can verify some sort of powerful, not quite celestial, not quite, not sure what it was, to the east, but...
Yofin said.
Seems like that Arrhenius is back. Did I say the Arrhenius? I did. I can't get close enough. Yeah.
You said the Arrhenius is back?
I do believe so. East from here.
Thanks, Yelvin.
Same direction as sort of semi-celestial feeling I got. Also some sort of terrible undead creature to the north. Probably not something we need to deal with.
Okay, Darmita, I think we need to go east then, like you said. Let's figure out what, let's take care of this Arrhenius and see what the Celestial is about.
All
yeah.
right.
Let's be careful though. Maybe I should go up ahead a little bit.
Given that I'm the smartest one here, I should warn you that I think this is a trap based on what I communed earlier in the corner. I
You do bring up a good point. Are we taking a stealth approach, or should we have, Archibald light the way, as it were?
Archie just, yes, I can find my. He bumps in. He's literally talking to the wall next to him.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, right? And like maybe as players, we should talk about this: light or not light? Because I can cast dark vision again and just
see.
eat spells, right?
I would say not light, and I think stealth approach.
Okay, yeah.
The third,
I will go through the process again to cast those spells. I'll mark them off.
So that was 2 casts of dark vision, one on a human Archibald, and the other on Benkuhm, the Goliath.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Trent? I feel like I cut you off.
no, I was just joking about like being like doing the same thing again, where I come down to your level because we just have a height difference. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I've marked off 2 second-level spots.
All right.
That should last 8 hours.
What,
So let's
what's
get
the
going.
marching order?
I'll go first. Oh wait, I mean I have pretty decent perception.
You also, if you're going quietly, I'll need stealth checks, and
Oh,
whoever
wait.
is doing
I'm going
the
first.
front scout can do perception. If you have someone else who wants to help, you can get advantage.
Yeah, we'll have one of our 120s do the scouting.
Go second behind Darmita if you want Darmita, because your vision is like impeccable.
Yeah. That's
Cool.
fine.
I'm gonna lie
Let's do that.
there second. You guys want to,
So, do I get advantage on my?
And I move this.
Yes, you do. If Benkuhm is aiding you,
I
he's
do.
worked
I am.
with you before, so he knows to whisper into the darkness, even though he can't see you in the dark.
Cool.
The heck am I
Being
doing
a
wrong?
Gloomstalker ranger, she tends to fade from view.
Philees.
But he knows me, so I think he's used to it by now.
Yep.
So, doing perception or investigation? Sorry.
Perception in this case.
Yeah. Fuck.
There's an invisible wall here.
For those listening on the podcast version, that is 2 5s. Side by side 5s. Gotta love this random number generator. Wait, are those both ones? No, it's just a +1. Never mind. I just misread that.
+1. Yeah.
Oh,
Four.
the hell?
Yeah, both 4s. Okay, so
I
Darmita,
got a
as you
+5.
walk a few steps ahead, there's this weird rhythm and drip and the very quiet footfalls as you go forward, and you are having such a hard time like keeping your mind in the present moment. You keep going back to lessons from your father in the woods about hunting, and this weird lullaby just keeps looping around in your head, this half remembered. You don't remember any of the words, just part of the tune.
Jamaica, oh, I wanna take you. Bahama. I only do 2 lines, so we don't get copyright strike.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, you do not notice much. Everybody give me a stealth check, please.
Fuck.
All
Oh,
right.
yes, that's what I wanted to double check. I think I had advantage on this. I keep forgetting to use it. I think I do. I should roll it first. And I should
Benkuhm
probably
with the
also
mighty
roll
16.
Mighty 16.
That's pretty good for the
Nice.
giant. Oh,
Ooh.
dude, you are at disadvantage though, Benkuhm, because you
Oh,
are
yeah.
exhausted.
I'm gonna use a luck point.
Gord
Alright, so
rolled
the first
in
one was
with the
Philees.
first natural one of the night.
And Archie.
Yeah, using a luck point. That's better.
That's a
Wow,
lot
I
better
gotta
with an 18. Wow.
Wow.
Benkuhm got
I-
crit on the second one, so the 16 stands.
So I don't know if Archie has expertise or just proficiency, but I assume he has at least proficiency. So
I think it's expertise. We can assume that.
cool. So he's at least a 16, if not a 20.
All right, and for yourself there.
I got a
Philees.
16.
All right. 16 is the number to beat. So you guys are advancing as quietly as you can. So we're not going to go foot by foot or anything. I'll just kind of drag you and apparently the barrels in the map.
Yep. No,
because
those are important.
That's what I do. Archibald's busy dragging a barrel of wine with him behind. What? Oh, I can't keep that. Oh, fine. He takes a last swig. So you guys are going. You get to this intersection where there's. It's more like an A-type intersection. So you can go north in one passage, north in the very next passage, south in the same passage, south, or you can.
I
keep
remember
going
this.
east. Yeah, this is where Philees dropped because of the wraiths that reached out of the unworked stone.
And there's a big skull ahead of us.
You actually
Go back.
see just the hint of a spectral hand emerging from the darkness of. Just
Are they
for-
too weak to register as a powerful undead?
Yeah, I'm assuming powerful
Okay.
meant like pretty high end. So there
Okay,
were.
cool.
You were aware they are in the region. There were not.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like what's pinged for me so that I can be like, okay, this relative area is safe, kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Because it specifically does give me a location, which is different than primeval awareness, which is just if they are or they are not.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you do pick up that there were some low-level wraiths and zombies and that kind of thing due east, but nothing that would generally be considered
Okay.
terribly powerful.
Cool, great.
All right, you guys you see ahead of you, about 10 feet ahead of you, Bela, on the ground, there's this large skull. It's the size of you've seen hill giants before. It's probably on the way to the size of a hill giant skull. Just sitting in the ground, picked perfectly clean of bones. From this distance, you can actually just make out some etchings on the skull itself, as though it's been worked over by some kind of a graffiti artist or arcane. That's not really your bag, but
Yeah, I'll just see if I can make it out, like specifically what it says, or
it doesn't say anything so much. It's more. Well, are you trained in Arcana?
that is no.
So unfortunately, it's beautiful etchings that you've seen. Not these types of scripts, this exact type of script before, where you don't know the letters or anything, but it's got etchings in it that seem to be done in a ritual kind of manner.
Is it any similarity to some of the ruins that we've come across?
Yeah, some of the iconography might be similar to some of the stuff that's scratched in, like etched into the walls. Most of it's crumbling and very little full, like, you're not gonna have like full murals or anything, but yeah, it looks to be about the same age.
Okay. All right.
It is just sitting in a kind of a little nook just on the north end of the passage, but there is a few feet around it. You could just keep on walking, or you can go north, or you can go south. The direct path east is blocked by this. You'd have to go past it.
Right. I'm actually going to back up a little bit, go back to the group, let them know that what's blocking, and let, I would assume, Fenris know, because I know he's kind of that magic-y kind of person.
Yeah. He's your magic.
Magic-y.
Magic-y, with some jazz hands even. And yeah, I'm
minored in magic-y.
that I couldn't make it out, and that
So you need
Alright.
the smartest man in the group to figure this out.
that wouldn't be you, Benkuhm.
Oh, okay. You don't need the smartest man. All right. Fenris, you're up. Or
Okay.
We need the second smartest.
Second smartest.
Philees,
Sure.
you're up.
I'm gonna take a lookie.
All right, so Fenris walks up to this, kind of the stones and bones crunching underneath his feet as he walks forward. The whole area is kind of riddled with debris, and as you get within about 5 feet of it, or 10 feet of it actually, you can make out these runes. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
22.
Okay, so it is definitely an enchanted item. You can just make out, without touching it, from a distance, you can actually just see where the nostril holes are set back up inside the skull. There appears to be some kind of gemstone.
Yofin said, debris and something squishy is stuck to somebody's boot.
Yeah, somebody being Archibald's boot. So he's, oh god, what? And he's using the end of his stick, his staff to try to or his walking stick to try and pick off whatever that was. As he flicks it away, it kind of scurries, it like skitters a little and twitches as it flutters off into the darkness. Fenris, this is definitely an enchantment. It is, you've seen this kind of thing. It's a dual-natured enchantment. It's abjuration and necromancy. And it's waiting. This is a trap.
This is a trap. Do I know what kind of trap it is?
It's hard to say for sure, but you get the idea that if it's moved or disturbed or possibly some other kind of trigger, whatever it is designed to trigger will go off.
See, everybody, I called it.
Yeah, second smartest definitely worked, Benkuhm. It's definitely some kind of trap. Don't disturb it. Magical of nature.
So you know
Looks
that
like necromancy.
dispel
Abjuration.
magic would stop it. It's possible to try to do a skill check to figure out the radius. If you wanted, what did you get on the? Oh, you got really high in the Arcana.
22, yeah.
You know that just the orientation of the lines on the skull are directly in line with one wall and the other wall.
Okay,
You get
so
the impression that if anyone passes by this thing, it will go off.
Philees,
Yes.
can you dispel magic?
Yes, I did prepare that spell today.
Good.
Now I have a question. Could the focus for the trap simply be destroyed?
Not sure. All I can glean is that it will trigger if we cross at any end of the north or south wall. It's necromancy and perhaps abjuration. I think the easiest thing to do would be to try to dispel it if possible.
Well, if you're sure, I do have a question for anyone who was. I believe there was a contingent, whatever. Some guards came down here that weren't killed.
That's right.
Where did they go? Did they go past this, or did they go the other way?
It's tough to know. You guys were busy hiding in that corner.
Yeah, I mean, I know I don't know, but
you
for everyone else,
can do a perception check or an investigation check to see if you can identify any tracks or passage.
Okay, but nothing that was seen by the people who were on watch.
Unfortunately, no, because you either murdered the people who got too close, or you couldn't see down the tunnel this way. So they could have gone north or south. Probably not south, because
I'll do a
south is
tracking
where
check.
those cubes were. If you go directly south, you can actually hear the dripping of the gelatinous cubes nest just to the south of you. So you know what's down that way. And I believe
So I can make
Benkuhm
survival
does
for this?
too. Survival or investigation.
Sweet.
And anybody else can help if they want to.
I don't think I have advantage, so that's only an 11 instead of a nat.
Oh, okay. I was going to help with the survival, but because I'm proficient.
I can do survival as well.
All right. Normally I'd say call it before the roll, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. You were all paused and looking around, and you see Philees put her nose to the dirt and start tasting the tracks and looking around and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
So you get the idea of what she's doing. So she does get advantage on that check. So that is a nat 20.
If you'd prefer, I could just roll again.
No, that's okay. I'll take it. You
Cool.
do get the impression that people went north from here. And it looks like, on first glance, north and up and to the right, because there is now a fresh wall blocking the left passage as it forks as you go to the north way. You remember that well, Darmita, as that was where you almost got gassed. So it looks like their footprints went up and to the right.
Okay. Yeah, I'll cast a spell magic. I'll burn the spell slot.
Sure.
But I'm only going to cast it at 3rd level. I'm not going to upcast it. So
Sure.
if I need to make a check, let me know. So you see me like take out this weird green rock, and I'm like holding it. I'm using like a tricorder, right? I'm like, okay, okay, there's the spell, and turn it off. See how that goes.
All right. And as you finish that muttered incantation, the spark fades from the gem, a very subtle glitter, and the lines across the skull that indicate where the trap was set kind of burn away as it just in a little flash of almost like gunpowder, just and it's gone. It just appears to be a regular skull now.
All right, that should do it. Let's see if we can get this gem out though. I'm gonna see if I can. Probably can't with my bare hands though, right?
You could certainly try.
Let's make a strength check. What's my strength?
You could always take the whole skull if you like, but it's going to be a little
It's
bit
big though, right? It's like a giant skull.
Why don't I just for you?
Yeah,
I just don't want the gem to get broken. I'm afraid that like if we hit it with a hammer, it'll all die.
Forehead or like the top of the skull? Because I can just smash like the back half of the skull and then
Sure, go ahead and make your roll.
Sure. I mean, you see me like trying to get this out, and I did literally say like, let's get this gem out. So feel free.
your gem either. That would be like the worst possible thing. However Benkuhm can help destroy
Gemini _twin
the skull.
said,
Yeah, I'll help.
Alas, poor Yorick. We hardly knew you.
It's true.
You said I need to do a strength check, athletics check?
Don't worry about it. You smash it, no problem. The back of the skull caves in, and you get a diamond, which is worth. I don't have the spell glyph of warding in front of me, but it was a glyph of warding. So you have a diamond.
It didn't like burn it. It is ready to be consumed when it went off. That's awesome. That's I want to learn that version of the spell. Set one up every night, dismantle it every day. It's fine. Don't waste the gem.
Just takes an hour.
Cool. I'll write that down. Yeah.
Sorry to talk over. It just said at least 200 GP in the spell, 3rd level abjuration.
All right, go ahead and roll a D4 for me there, Darcy.
All right.
Actually, D6.
Slash R1D6. 5.
Worth 500 gold.
Nice. Watch I roll a 1 and it just wasn't going to work anyway.
No, I was going to make you roll again if that was the case. All right, so you don't believe it's trapped anymore? Who wants to go first?
Diamond.
I think
500.
Sorry.
either Darmita or myself, or
Yeah, I will go ahead and start going further ahead. Fenris, do you want to stay close to me or do you want to stay back?
you know what? Let's go back to marching order. So I'll stay just a little bit behind, and then I think.
What sort of spacing do you think we should have, right? Because like
Yeah, it's
literally
just
back to back isn't necessarily the right plan, right?
Yeah, I think like Darmita and
Never
Benkuhm
know
are
what
a
to do
little
with
bit ahead
that.
of us, and the rest of us are
Yeah, I think that
like a
makes
second group.
We could pretend like, because Darmita and Benkuhm have like that tactical experience, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
If you just afraid, it's like, oh, it's the dart.
I wonder which glyph of wording it was. It's like 4 different ways you can cast that spell.
I'm
So
afraid you'll never know.
We'll never know.
stay like 15 to 10 feet behind Darmita. Oh fuck, I can't see her in the dark regardless. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
roll up and punch everything, I guess. I don't know.
You know, basically, she stays 15 feet ahead of you, and you guys have been together for a very long time. I'm gonna go ahead and say, you know, basically how fast you should be moving in order to do this.
Seems reasonable.
So I don't see with the dynamic lighting.
Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to turn that off.
Yeah, I don't think the dynamic lighting's on. It's just the
There,
yeah,
fog of
that.
war. All right, so there is a once you get to the end of this passage, due east, it is blocked with a cave in. You have two choices. You can go directly north or directly south.
Oh, so there is like evidence of a cave in here, though.
Yeah.
So
This
like the
once
passage would
was-
otherwise continue.
Yeah, but
So drawing this green mark is the cave-in.
no, actually, the
No,
cave-in is
it's-
right next to where Darmita is. If you go further
Okay.
north, you can actually see and actually feel some breeze from the north. So you know there is an opening up there. You can also sense an open area to the south, but you can't tell exactly what it is down there.
All right, cool.
Just quick go back and tell them to wait for a moment.
Oh, you
Okay.
scared me.
Sorry, Benkuhm. It's payback. And then I will just very stealthily go up here to see.
Down the passage?
Yeah, like I'm going to try to look and I'll investigate down in that area.
Sure thing. So as you look through the, oh, I just hit it. Sorry, I meant to reveal it. You have gotten to the next map. Loading screen. No,
I think you can move individual people, can't you? I'm not sure. I don't remember how that works.
that's okay. I don't need to. So you are looking out on the tunnel winds for a little while. It's not directly connected to, but you get the idea that it opens up further down, and you can definitely see flicker.
Gemini
of
_twin
torchlight.
said,
Can
you
I
must
hear
gather
anything?
venturing forth.
Nice. So you can hear. Go ahead and do a perception check for me there, Bela.
All right.
Darmita.
Both.
Okay.
I respond to both. Perception.
And
Betty rolls tonight.
again, your mind is just not in it right now. So here's what ends up. You can hear the quiet.
Yofin
Oh.
said, loading screen tooltip, beat your opponents by keeping your health higher than theirs.
HP greater than 0 equals victory.
So after the loading screen, Bela, Darmita, you can see that it opens up, and you can also pick up that there's somebody in that room, like humming a gruff kind of. It's like a drinking song. Somebody down there is just kind of humming in the dark. There is a faint flicker of torchlight. The torchlight only looks about maybe 30 feet ahead, but it's dimmer. It's almost like the torch is half burnt out at this point, and nobody's, bothered to rekindle it.
Okay.
Besides that, you hear the shuffling of feet and the occasional grunt of murmur of whispered conversation, the clatter of echoing stones, and it is echoing, so you know that it definitely opens up further in.
All right, then I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to use my primeval awareness just because I do know. Like, we are very aware that there are phase fiends and undead down here, so I don't really think I'm going to do that, but I will go back to my party
Okay.
and let them know. Does it sound to me like
You're welcome to get a little closer if you want to. It's a bit of a tunnel.
All right. But does it sound sort of like when we came across those, I think they were stone giants?
No, it's nowhere near that low. If anything, it's just a human or humanoid voice in the darkness. If you had to guess, and actually, if you get a little bit closer, you had pretty good stealth. You get close enough, you could actually see the faint flickering light, and then a person, a guard, human with a crossbow, kind of pacing back and forth a little bit, turn and talk. His words are lost in the distance and in the echoes, but he mumbled something about, why do we have to get the shit, guard? This is boring.
The Driss said,
All right.
Tooltip,
Then I will go back
save
to
all your
everybody
potions for yourself and yourself only.
Let them know.
Sorry,
And
the players can't actually hear the thing when it reads, so the Dritz, thank you for that. Yes, always save your potions for yourself and yourself only. Especially because it eats an action to feed somebody a potion.
and then I will ask if I should bother going down to the other one, or if we want to go this way.
As you come back, you see Philees is bad at following instructions and is like investigating this cave in and seeing like what caused it, what the rocks like, all that stuff.
Go ahead and
boring window
investigation
dressing
check
stuff
for me.
But I can I do like either survival or nature instead?
Survival would be fun. Actually, you know what? Nature, because you spend a lot of time underground.
Okay, natural 20, 26 total.
Damn. Oh, yes, this is not a full cave-in. You could just move that big stone there, and then you just shuffle the little stones there, and you know what? You could actually clear this out, no problem, assuming it's only like 10 feet deep.
Cool. I incessantly chatter to myself. I'm not very, good at staying quiet. Oh, look at this. Does it look like it was intentionally made? Like it was a man-made cave-in, or?
It does not actually. It looks like it probably happened over time.
Right.
And judging by the archways that are now buried mostly in stone, this probably was a main entrance, and what Bela or Darmita just crawled through was probably like an alternate route chiseled out by some of the prisoners.
To the north.
To the north, yeah. So the main entrance used to be directly where Philees is kind of poking away. But that's been long caved in. The cave-in looks like it happened a long time ago. But due north looks like it was chiseled out relatively recently. Probably that digging that was referred to way back in episode 1.
Benkuhm, I don't think that this is too sturdy. We could probably get through here. I don't know how loud it would be, though. And then you can start talking, because we can't see you.
All right, Darmita comes back and gives you guys the lay of the land.
You reiterate that for us, or are you need to be muted for some reason?
South, or should we just go north?
Yeah, I would let them know. How far did they get? Like, how easy does it look to get into that cave-in?
To your eyes, it looks like it's fully blocked, but Philees is pretty insistent that it can be done. And
yeah, I'm like pointing things out to Benkuhm. Yeah.
Every time she points something out with that nat 20, you're like, oh, this is gonna. You grab a stone and pull it. Oh, it actually is kind of making a natural archway as you start to dig it out.
Of course.
It's going to be really quite small. Like, she'll fit no problem. Philees would probably fit in this little opening, but Benkuhm might not. But definitely, if you keep at it long enough.
So Fenris.
Mm-hmm.
There are some guards up there. They are very disinterested in their post. I'm thinking I could potentially cast Pass Without a Trace on us, and maybe we can just bypass them altogether, but it looks like it's continuing on in the same direction we need to go.
I'd like to save the energy. I could do that for us instead, whichever.
I mean, it's up to you. I don't know how.
I don't want to lose our advantage if we, by getting into a fight with lower level minions.
Yeah.
So I like your idea. We could pass. We could try to pass by them. Maybe take also a look south really quick, see if there's anything there,
Sure.
and then
Agreed.
we can sneak by.
At that point,
All right.
Archibald comes out of the darkness where you were about to leave there, Darmita, and comes walking
Okay.
up. He had wandered off to do exactly that on his own in
Nice.
roguish
Oh,
style.
nice.
He comes back and says, there's
it's down
nothing
there.
down there except a lake. It's not a big lake. It's a little pond, really, but, you know, swirling, stinky, fetid water, terrible for baths.
Oh. Did you take one?
No, my darling, but I could probably use one. Ugh.
Hey, Archie, don't talk about yourself like that. As the hardest, smartest, strongest, fastest guy here, I can say that you're not the smelliest.
That sets my heart at ease.
Ah,
All right.
good with words instead of just my fists.
A man of many talents.
So,
Now
North
go
it
back
is,
to
then.
picking your rocks.
yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll cast the Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah. I only suggested because, like from a player perspective, I don't know if you do want to save that spell slot because obviously I have more than you. But, like, I don't mind either way, obviously.
I don't use a lot typically,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
so I should be okay with that. Yeah.
It would already be my last second level.
Yeah. All right, so Darmita casts this, pulling on the shadows that are the Gloomstalker way, and just wrapping everyone in this almost kind of embrace of the shadows and the muffling of shoes, and very soon everyone is a lot more stealthy. So you get +10 to your stealth rolls. All right, I'm going to drag everybody over to the next map, as I'm assuming you're all going in roughly the same marching order, or are you going to switch it up?
Yeah.
Order you.
Let's do it.
Original.
We're going through the top entrance, right? We're not busting through the wall. It's probably smart.
It's up
Yeah,
to
'cause
you
I think-
guys.
South isn't.
We're going north.
Yeah, we're going north.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool, great.
All right.
Probably no benefit to going through the wall. Probably be obvious.
Yeah, I feel like it would be kind of time wasting. Like,
Be both time wasting and just like
yeah.
you're gonna notice if the hole opens in the wall.
It's all right. I'm just having to drag you guys over on roll 20. This seems like a good spot as well. If anybody wants to take a brief break, we, as they tiptoe into the darkness, and I drag them over onto a new map. If everybody wants to place your guys on the left side there, I don't know if you can see me pinging away. The only
I
revealed
think it's
spot.
the one place that's visible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the top.
there you are.
Okay, and then there's that one. And I don't need any of these other sheets I have.
All the sheets belong to us. All right, so I think we're going to take this opportunity to pause here for just a moment, unless you guys want to go a little bit further.
Oh, I
So
finally.
this guy's just here, huh? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I just said I finally found us.
Oh, yeah.
I would.
Top left. Or middle left, I suppose.
Or if you guys want to, if you want to set up.
Yo,
a map and
Finn.
everything.
Said. Take a break and don't see a gelatinous
I'm good
cube
taking a break
appear.
here if you guys
Sure.
Internet, we need a few more loading tips as we're on our break. I'll see if I can fix the chat as well. It should be chatting away, though, if you want to put that out there. Everybody else will be back in just a few minutes. Thanks very much. And I need to find my break screen. Hold on a sec.
Aruba.
There it is.
That is so in my head now.
Tooltip: swords are sharp and pointy.
Pointy end goes into other men.
All right, cool.
We
yeah,
are back.
Bela's got to go check to see who's being allowed at the door or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe it's done. Maybe it's done now. I don't know.
That's all right.
She didn't leave, so.
Internet,
Yeah,
thanks
yeah.
always for your suggestions. Tooltips. Passing. Oh, I didn't actually see Gemini's. Passing the guards, one of them says the same thing. Where do I get the shit jobs? Someone will notice he is twitching unnaturally. There's a small handle of ornate yet demonic knife sticking out of one of his eyes. The guards are dead and caught in some kind of undead loop. What may have done this? Is it still there? All right.
Well, so much for the surprise, Todd.
All right. I think everybody's back and settled in. Yeah.
My neighbor was out front walking their 3 dogs, and
Of course.
he goes crazy.
Squirrel. All right, so you guys get, as I mentioned just before the break, welcome back. We are going to be assuming that little greenish blue line is actually a little bit more distance. It's you guys go sneaking along this passage, and you see flickering torchlight at the end, somewhat muted. Extending, those of you with crazy dark vision can actually see a little bit past. There's another little faint flicker of light. There's just way far away, you can see a hint of a brazier flickering away in the darkness, but you can't make out much details except there does appear to be some kind of shadow cast. This room is not empty, not by a long shot. There's quite a few people, but most of the activity seems to be centered kind of center, and it's like you guys are coming at it from an unexpected angle. So I know this is me doing a little bit of the player hat for you there, Darcy, but that Dispel Magic was not in vain, as you went in an entrance that was very unexpected. As you're going, you hear Archibald behind you go, shh, shh, someone's coming behind us. You guys pause in the darkness, and you can hear a troop marching back the way you came on the previous map. You can hear them clomp, clomp, clomp. It sounds like 10, 15 maybe. And you hear someone turn and say, "Not there. You idiot. Do you want to bring down half the undead in this room? In this old crypt? We go north."
Hey, isn't that like skull missing? Isn't there supposed to be like a skull there? It looks all just busted and destroyed and stuff.
Do not touch the skull. Yes,
All
sir.
right, sure.
Yeah, sure thing, sir. Sorry, Lord Ostrin. I'm terribly sorry.
Lord Alstron, huh?
So,
Let's go back and ambush him.
Lord Ostrin is somewhere on the map before you, going north, the passage that you did not take.
Do
You
you
are
think
tucked in a little corner. You hear
He
them.
attacked-
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I meant to ask, is this the guy that attacked us in the woods?
No.
You've never met him that I know of,
Yeah,
but you've heard of him,
probably from Golden Eyes. Yeah,
definitely.
that makes sense. I was just double checking if I've like.
Or Sarah.
Or Sarah, but she's not here anymore.
Yeah.
So, you guys have made your way around to this side chamber. Ahead, a guard or two right near the entrance, so it widens up at this point. How do you want to proceed?
So based on this map, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Based on this map, it really doesn't look like we could sneak by this guy because he's like right there. They're like right. There's no space around them.
Yeah,
Unfortunately-
Is this
Unfortunately, there
something
doesn't appear to
that
be
is
a...
true, or
As you get a little bit closer and you're scouting out, you see some barrels, then you see the source of the torchlight. This guy in the bottom left corner of the map here, or that you can
Sure.
see. He's sitting there, arms folded, sitting on a crate, leaning, shield at his side, sword sheathed, a torch flickering next to him. He's sitting there putting cards out on the nearby crate, playing some kind of card game.
Okay.
The crossbowman that you do see is kind of pacing back and forth. He seems to be eagerly awaiting another game or end of shift, and he's just moving back and forth. And they pay very little attention to this entrance that they are assigned to guard. Now, you do notice, as you get a little bit closer, especially those of you with crazy dark vision, because I hate you so much, the room
You
widens.
love it. It makes it so much easier for you.
The room widens considerably, and you can definitely see a chamber opening up further in. A couple of sources of light flickering in the dark. The flames just don't seem to extend as far as they should. The light seeming to be eaten by the surrounding darkness. You can see quite a few people. Again, mostly going about their business. This side, right where you are, seems to be almost forgotten, written off.
Okay. Yeah, I was asking because it seemed like from Darmita's knowledge, it seemed like our plan was viable. But I guess it probably is. It's like from a combat standpoint, everything looks like it's really close. But from a real world standpoint, you could definitely sneak by someone within 5 feet.
Yeah, you can sneak by, or you can isolate these guards and take them out if you can do it quietly.
If we want to sneak, we could probably go like one at a time or something.
You could go
get
back
to another
and
spot.
trail Ostrin. You could dig on your little tunnel.
That's a good question. Did we like curve around, or
there was a little bit of a turning, twisting?
Because I'm wondering about like if
the
we
path to the north twists
like,
around for a while.
Like, would it be down here, the tunnel that we saw earlier? Presumably, based on what we've seen. Can you see my arrow? I assume you can, or is it not?
It would be approximately down there somewhere. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it might even lead to a different chamber, unless there's more like that we just can't see because of darkness. Hard to say if there's a wall here or if it's just dark.
There is like right along
from our angle. Like I understand that you don't have to.
There are some walls here all the way along, and kind of an old. It almost looks like an old excavation of a square or a large temple, with some areas that are raised up by stairs and platforms, and other areas are cordoned off rooms stretching out into the darkness. It is at least 100 feet across, maybe 200 feet across. The darkness definitely obscures some of the detail, even for those of you with crazy vision.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll just very quietly let them know that we need to very carefully, I think, follow along the northern wall there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
As the guard goes back down, because you said he's pacing back and forth.
Yep.
I'm wondering if we could go kind of toward that, along the northern wall toward the stairs and skirt around.
Sure.
Right, yeah, we wouldn't be in darkness, but they're not paying attention, and we could be quiet. Maybe that would make sense to me.
Well, we do have the with that face as well.
What is the range on that? 30 feet. Okay, so we're relatively close to each other to make sure we stay within your aura.
Yeah.
I think my only concern would be like Archibald, who's at the far end of me.
But he's pretty stealthy. He is a rogue, so.
Yeah. Of anybody that may fall out of it, he's my least worried.
That makes sense.
All right. It sounds like you've got a beginnings of a plan. You wait until the opportune moment. The non-crossbow carrying guard finally finishes dealing out a hand. Come on, we can fit one more in before Ostrin gets here. Yeah, all right, sure. The crossbowman walks over, leans against the barrels, puts his crossbow against the barrel, and begins to play cards. Can I get stealth checks from everyone as you go around the bend?
Yeah.
Can Archie try and identify what game they're playing? That seems like something that's up his alley.
Absolutely. It's
I don't know if he has a game. Actually, I have no idea if he has a game proficiency.
Internet, what game are they playing?
This is a Philees stealth.
I can take it to ride. Can't believe I got a 14.
I mean, 24, right? So.
I'm looking good. No, I just got disadvantage, so I'm not doing too hot this game.
Right. Yeah.
Statistically, should not be doing too hot this game.
Gemini _ twin
35 for me.
said
18 for me.
poker
Now I see
dice.
what you mean, Darcy. Yeah,
25 for you. Yeah.
All right, yeah, they're absolutely.
And that last one is Archie
Oh,
with a
35,
35.
So
Okay, 35,
Gemini,
35.
they are playing poker dice as they
Poker dice, yeah.
Yeah, they're sitting there playing back and forth. So we've got
Heard of pictures of
in
dice
terms
on
of
them.
stealth, we've got a 14,
An 18 for me.
an 18, a 25
10.
for Bela.
35 for...
Oh, and
plus
all
10.
of these have plus 10, so 24 is the lowest.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
No, mine's just an 18. I included my 10.
Oh,
I got
you
a-
did.
It's 10 board.
Okay. Well then, let's see.
And the last one there, that is, since I'm there twice, the last one is Archie. So if he does fall out, he's still at 25.
Rolling a bunch
Which
of
is
the
the
dice
intent.
here.
That's an ad 20.
Fuck.
Because of the disadvantage, though.
Oh, yeah.
They are well and truly distracted. As one at a time, on Bela's cue, you sneak up and skirt around and actually hop this little 5-foot gap and nestle in.
Alright.
As you
You
go
can do
north
this.
into the darkness, this area becomes visible. You can see torches ahead. There is a large chamber. Wow, I didn't think you guys would get here without alerting them. So, at this point,
shit.
oh yeah, you and your goddamn night vision. I might as well just reveal the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's only 60. That's
120
only half
feet.
of our vision, yeah.
120 feet. The
Yeah,
chamber
3 of us have
comes
120,
into
the rest
view.
of us have 60, yeah.
Even with 60, you can make out the flickering torches in the darkness held by certain guards at a variety of places. There are 3 large torches burning very brightly in the center of this room, the center north end of this, what was once a temple, is circular in shape and raised up on not 1 but 2 platforms, pillars holding the ceiling, which actually does still hold against the rock. There is a central, in between 4 nested pillars, there is a central pool zone in the middle of the top of this dais, right at the top. There is a small, probably a good 25-foot platform behind the pool, between the 2 pillars. At the back, along the back wall, in the circular pattern, you can see there are torches illuminating fairly brightly back there, and you can see a stone archway, about 1.5 feet thick stone archway, like a door, that is placed almost 10 feet away from the wall, seemingly empty. There's also a pair. I'll just keep describing the room for a second. Further to the south, there's a small kind of marshalling area at the base of these 2 circular raised platforms. It's almost like a bullseye target where it's raised up in the middle, and then south of that there's kind of an area where presumably a congregation or followers would congregate, and in this case there are not that many people here. Speaking of people, the 2 guards you bypassed were probably one of the lower guarded areas to get into this room. You spot 4 people immediately in the center near those 4 pillars. There are a pair of guards towards the back pillars, and you also see 2 robed figures standing right next to that archway at the very back of the far north of the chamber. Towards the south, you see 2 braziers being tended by several guards. There's 3 or 4 guards just to the south, where the congregation would meet, you see a couple of prisoners dragging bodies and chests and barrels down a central pathway that's barely illuminated by this light. A wagon piled there. Speaking of the wagons, you see piles and piles of dead bodies. Blood. You can see the bloodstains dragging along the floor. To the left and right of the central pool on the raised platform, you see two massive piles, maybe 20 feet in diameter, of these piled villagers slaughtered, their blood just staining the stone and pooling into that pool. The liquid is red, and there is more bodies floating in the pool in that center. On the far side from where you are hiding, you can hear the grunting of prisoners as they begin to move yet another one of those large chests, which you happen to know are filled with stones, flanked by a handful of guards as they wrestle this incredibly heavy thing up these stairs 10 feet, another 10 feet to the very top, and start turning the corner. They begin to walk towards the four pillars, and this red-robed figure halts the guard and says, "Get out of my circle." The guard pauses and looks at her and says, "Oh, sorry," and steps back. That drew your attention to an etched circle on the ground in chalk, bone, blood. It's just it's about a few feet south of the archway, between the archway and the pool filled with bodies and blood. No one appears to have taken note of your entrance as you take all of this in.
And is there a book? Like, what's between the two robed figures?
It looks like a book.
That was a good perception check on your map, but so you do see in the middle where the red-robed figure had stopped the guard from walking, you see a book resting on a small raised stone kind of book holder, open and resting in the middle of the etchings that she's been drawing with the help of the person in the black robes on the other side of the archway. They seem to be working together on some kind of ritual at the base of this archway.
Benkuhm's kind of interested in the black cloaked figure.
Yeah.
He in his head, he's always found casters to be his bane, right? Like, I can crush a man's skull, but if someone can evade me, then, I can't crush their skull. So
Spoken like the smartest man in the party.
I think also Trent's a little bit interested in this black cloak figure, and I was wondering if maybe if his eyes could kind of focus in on them.
Sure. As you take them in, they appear to be an inquisitor. You've seen these kinds of robes before. A caster.
Are they?
Sorry, what was that?
Pelor robes. It's not like a makeup or anything.
They are generally they're the sanctioned casters of the arcane for the Eye of Pelor. The red robe people are the cultists, who are basically the clerics. So
okay.
This is essentially a mage and a cleric working together.
Okay. So that neither of them are a little bit higher than one another. They kind of both need each other, it seems.
It seems that way. Your Darmita and several others have high enough perception. You also pick up that there is another red-robed figure standing just on the in between the four pillars at the edge of the pool. A couple of guards are busy at their direction, just kind of sluicing more bodies in with a spear, adding more bodies into the pool at their direction. Everything has this muted, almost religious tone to it, with the accented by occasional grunts and whispered comments about, "Well, we're almost ready. We should wait a little bit longer, but I think, yes."
They're waiting for Austrian.
Yes.
So they said, yeah.
I'm gonna kind of stop, and I'm gonna look back to Fenris and basically try to do my best at signaling that.
Are we in torchlight or are we in darkness?
You are currently in darkness, actually.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I won't be able to see her.
It's
Shit.
dim.
If it's dim light, you should be able to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
not
doesn't-
really even
You're not
dim
invisible
light.
in dim light. You're
It's
invisible in darkness.
It's very dim. Like, I would say it's actually darkness, just because.
They could just walk to whoever they want and
dick.
just whisper in their ear.
Yeah, can I just walk over here to Fenris and basically say from what I know, that I think that's a portal and I think we have to stop them.
Fenris.
Gate.
You look at this thing, and where everyone else is seeing this empty archway, your breath is taken away. It's this strange, colorful vortex, at times shifting and shimmering, as though looking at almost a mist that's alive with color. And it's not static. Every once in a while, a swirl happens in the center. You're actually shocked and almost want to call out. You kind of have to stop yourself, because the person in the red robes is within about a foot of this, and all of a sudden the mists part and burn away, and you see this brilliant red flame bursting through. No one else in the room seems to respond to this as you look into the gates of hell. And then it flickers and extends and morphs and twists and pulls back, as though at the end of a long tunnel that's being like a slinky being shaken, and then all of a sudden it breaks and the mists return and the swirling colors. It's mesmerizing, it's beautiful and chaotic, and you get a very strong sense that there's something dangerous about this.
Gate. A gate.
Can I use a plot point to get a vision, considering the hints that have been dropped to me in the past with a gate and
Sure, man.
just like this is kind of like a culmination.
It absolutely is. You were probably only 4 years old. You were sitting with your parents, and they were talking to an elder, someone they'd traveled to see, someone that they revered, someone in your cult. And they thought you were sleeping at your mother's chest, snuggled in, and they had a conversation that perhaps you weren't meant to hear. When the time comes, the boy must be trained to recognize the ways of the plains. If he wanders too close to one of the random gateways, it could pull him into another realm. These plane realms, the mortal planes, the hells, elemental, even beyond the divine gate. But they don't last long. There is not much danger besides a young one. And he gently pats your shoulder as you kind of shift with your eyes half opening and closing. But if you can train him, then we can have passage back. We can get clues back to the Shadowfell. Set up a regular route. Connect our worlds. We can bring some of the light back. And we can bring some of the shadow forth. and return to balance. Yes, said your mother. Thank you. And she uses a word that basically means grandfather, like opa.
Oh. Whoa. And, I notice that no one else sees this gate, but I see it. Is it open? Like, is it actually shifting and open, or is it just still about to be open?
As you're looking at this, it seems like it's incredibly unstable.
Mm-hmm.
Even more than the waygates that your parents warned you about. Those tend to fluctuate based on seasons and the alignment of the planes. This seems somehow broken and violent. The twisting vortex that occurs at this point as you're staring and everybody else is taking in the room, it warps again, and you see this echoing blue, this deep azure color, and then a small shadow shifting past in the deep ocean blue. The elemental plane of water is just on the other side, a single step through, and yet it tears again. And then twists and pulls apart in this violent... The sparks almost fill and flicker out into this room. But none of the other people, even the ones within just a few feet, seem to notice, except some of the plain folk, the workers just hauling some of the stones, just kind of flinch away from the gate almost instinctively. It is, if you had to guess, it is wildly uncontrolled.
But open.
It's open.
Oh, open. Wow.
But wildly uncontrolled.
Darmita, do you see a gateway open, wildly shifting between planes? It's beautiful, but it's terrible at the same time. Can you see it?
Go ahead and make a perception check, Darmita.
Okay. Let's...
As all the viewers are like, she ain't gonna see shit. Why are you making her roll?
well, who knows?
I do have a question, and I didn't want to interrupt anything, but okay, go ahead.
Here we
Do
got
the
a
roll.
pause point. 15
Yeah.
on the perception. You take a close look. You don't see any gateways. You see this this kind of etching that they're making around this book. Perhaps he's talking about that. This stone archway just looks plain cold stone. Doesn't appear to be... You can see right through, and the torches illuminating it from the back. It seems very...
Yeah.
Other than just being a bit out of place, it doesn't seem at all odd. Except you do pick up along the edge of the archway, around the bases of both pillars on the sides of the archway, are just these little embossed kind of gaps. Little holes, about yay. Probably about 6 inches apart, all the way around the base of each side of these pillars, in a small band about a foot high. And they seem to be yeah, that's about it. They seem to be just kind of a little bit, I don't know. The thing that draws your attention to them is it's just a little bit more marked up around that base of the pillars.
Right.
But other than that, it just seems like a regular pillar to you.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. It doesn't look like they've completed the ritual yet. I don't know. This could be a suicide mission, but I feel like we need to stop what they're doing. I mean, without a gate like that, those previous clerics and mages were able to bring those chain demons, and I think this is worse. I think we have to stop this.
You were going to say something there, Darcy.
Yeah, I wanted to know, based on, it might be long enough that I can't keep track. Maybe I should make an intelligence check or something. But I got not the direction of the powerful fiend or celestial. I got a location.
Oh, right.
Do I have an idea where that is relative to where I am now?
You're
like,
actually...
have we strayed from it? Because we didn't go directly east. We went a little north.
Yofin
Oh, sorry, go.
said,
Yelfin's just saying something.
And a tendril reaches out of the portal, grabs a worker, and drags him into the portal.
I love it, and it's canon now, Yofin. I'm not even joking. So at this point...
That would be so weird.
At this point, well, let me just deal with Philees for 1 second. So Philees is like, now that thing that I sensed, it was... And you're looking at these two kind of braziers to the south of the raised platform. You just get a sense that it was near there. And then you see it stepping into the light just ever so slightly, way down here.
So we're in the right area.
Yes,
that's what I want to know.
And you see the leathery wings full black and take the shape of a cloak. You've seen this Erinyes just recently. In fact, her armor and she doesn't appear to be too wounded. But her armor is a little bit scorched where Archibald's blade and her...
Right, it's got that weird scorch that like we saw on the stones.
Yeah, exactly. And so you see the Erinyes walk out into the chamber. Okay. She kind of just steps off this raised 5-foot platform and hovers in the air for a second and just lightly touches down, her wings giving a single flap. The guard near her trying desperately not to look terrified, and she looks at him like, yes, you should be afraid. She turns to that same guard and says, where is this commander? He's on the way, sir. People get lost in the tunnels. It takes a while to wind through. There are dangers to be... Ah! At that moment, one of in the north end of the chamber, right next to the portal, one of the... As they wrestle this large chest forward and dump it right next to the gate, as the people are walking through the walls. Sorry about that. As they dump it next to this portal, this one poor bastard gets a little... Oh, as I've rotated a thing. This one poor guy gets a little bit too close, and this red-robed cleric barks at him, don't break my ritual. And he stepped backwards and bumps into the archway, and then kind of bumbles into the center of it and stands there.
Oh, that's the archway.
Yeah, the archway's way up here.
That's not, I thought, okay, cool.
And as he bumbles and stands in the center, he's just fine for a second. And she turns around. And then she looks back. And he's just... And it's almost like time skips. You just see him standing there for 1 second normally, and then time skips, and he's just wound in these tentacles that then just pull him straight back in. And there's this mulching, terrible, twisting sound as one of the workers just gets pulled into the gateway and just vanishes. They only get a flicker of the tentacle that pulls him in. And then Fenris, what you see is horrific. You see... You've never seen a Leviathan before.
Oh, God.
But you can see the long tendrils of something reaching in through the portal in curiosity and grab this poor worker and start to pull him back. And as they get about halfway through maybe this 15-foot apparent tunnel, everything starts to shift and twist sideways, sort of like the opening sequence of Bond when the gun, the barreling, starts to twist, and all of the little pieces of the worker and the tentacle of the Leviathan start to just get shredded.
And just as I see that, when I see that and I hear Darmita,
yeah,
I'm gonna say
there's your hint.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I agree,
Wow. Yeah, now
and
100.
I am going to subtly cast telekinesis,
I was wondering if you would.
All right.
and I am going to and I'll say, watch
Gemini
how
_
beautiful
twin
this is, and I'm
said,
going to
Sorry, just one second.
with
if
the red
anyone
robed-
keeps looking at or near the portal after the worker is grabbed, they start to feel that something is looking back
Did
at
you
them.
cut out?
yeah.
This portal
Just
is
waiting.
connected to all realms,
You just gotta take one
even the
second.
far realm is possible.
Absolutely, Gemini. I appreciate the input. Sorry, I had to interrupt you there, Fenris. That was good, but they were talking at the same time. So-
Yeah, I'm going to subtly cast telekinesis, and
Yeah.
I'm going to cast on the red-robed cleric, and I'm going to
Okay.
push her in.
Into the portal.
Just as I see the worker get pulled in, and I see that happen, I'm going to do the same, but I'm going to subtly cast it.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll with the telekinesis.
It's
Just a
yeah,
bit
it's
of
an ability
housekeeping.
check.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead and do that as you cast. It is all very quick. It will have to happen after the portal is twisting, unless you want to quicken it.
Oh, I don't have quicken.
Oh,
like
okay.
quicken cast is action. Just as I see that the tentacle pulling the worker in, I wanted to just like push the red-robed cleric in, so it might happen right after.
I'm just going to
Anything
shift
else?
you guys a little bit over, because just a bit of housekeeping. You see some better hiding spots on the north side there. A wall you
Sure.
can kind of hide behind. Darmita not taking up one of the spaces because, trusting to her invisibility to keep her safe.
Yeah.
Sure.
So...
All right, so go ahead and make your athletics check, basically. Ooh.
Oh, I'm gonna use a luck point.
Okay. As he rolls
Second luck
a
point.
2.
Come on, that's better.
Wow,
So what's
that's
it
a
resisted
Grinder
by?
333.
Is it a resistant?
It's an ability check
Said.
against strength.
The portal
Okay, so
can
do they make a
only
strength
accept
ability?
1d6
They do a strength
beings
ability
at a
check.
time.
Okay.
Bad things happen
I
above
hope
this
the
limit.
red-robed cleric is not that
nice.
strong.
I appreciate that, Grimdor. Effectively, bad things happen to this portal at random, and sometimes it's stable and sometimes it's not. And it might be a number of beings, it might just be the timing of the shift. Who knows? But this thing definitely connects somewhere, and bad things happen if you try to go through it at the moment, at least from what you've seen. So as you cast this, the red robe figure who just barked at that poor unfortunate soul turns back and he's just gone. She's like, what? Where did he? And you shove her in the back, and she kind of resists, her hand slapping against the side of the portal, of the archway, and she resists for a second, and you just push that little bit more, and her leg gets caught in this vortex, and
Oh, man.
it just spaghettifies her as she is pulled in. To everyone else, she just lets out this yell and then just disappears. To you, you see her legs stretch out half a mile long, and the rest of her face distorting, the rest of her body ever so slowly being pulled to catch up as she is being pulled from this realm to another on a tenuous, unstable wormhole. And she is gone. That definitely alerts some people as they turn, and the black robe figure says, "Get away from there." This guard right next to the black robe person runs up and then stops at the insistence of the black robed mage. The other guards in the area kind of shove the rest of the people back, and at that moment, the Arrhenius walks forward, laughing.
Okay. Do we want to enter initiative?
If you want to, you can.
They do not. So by the way, like I
That
did
was
it
subtle
subtly,
casting,
right?
so there was no
Mhm.
components. It doesn't appear. She just flies right over the pool, right over, and lands just on the just next to where the summoning circle had been set up, behind the pool, between the pool and the portal. And she lands
really?
there. And
She does.
yeah. And she's laughing as she does this. She called out to this black robed mage and says, "Human, you don't know what you're messing with. These waygates were once beautiful. And now, this one doesn't work the way it should. It sometimes takes those who get too close. This guard who is standing right next to it gulps and steps back. Now, be a dear and finish the work of your companion. Or perhaps I'll throw you through and you'll see whether you'll end up somewhere or whether you don't. Work quickly. And the mage
Well, that sounds like enough time to do it again.
Yeah, can I do it again?
Yeah.
This is why I was asking if you want to do initiative, because I'm sure you're just going to do it every 6 seconds, throw another person.
I am actually going to do it.
All right.
Like, I don't need to subtle cast it anymore. It's like,
Nope.
it's there. I just...
Hold on, a couple things are going to happen as you do this. The Aranya says, work quickly. And you hear this call. Yes. We want this finished. We've been told there are interlopers near. A large, commanding, booming voice comes
I need to know how this happens.
as
Where's
a
it coming
group
from?
of soldiers enter from the south.
Oh god.
Okay, how did that happen?
There was a double door and they come piling through. The person with the red frock here, the red hair, has the top of a helmet signifying rank of Lord Commander, as Austrin has now finally finished walking through. I'm just positioning them. I dragged them all into the room, so let me just position them around a little bit. As Austrin himself and entourage enter the room.
I was so curious what direction they'd come from, because there was no pole in the north. And nope, they just somehow came from the south.
What ended up happening is their tunnel goes.
I don't even know.
Fenris.
It's fine.
Lines round
As long as you've thought of it, that's all I care about. I
Molotov
don't
cocktail,
care about
anyone?
this.
Wow.
Molotov cocktail, anyone? Yeah, for sure, Riofin. I
It's
shouldn't
go time.
bunch them up because our sorcerer's favorite spell is fireball. But I guess I'll switch over to my action music because
This is about to get real.
all right. So let's just go ahead and say roll initiative as you're about.
Thank you.
Like Fenris is literally about to go, and then sees Austrin walk in, sees his prey.
Before we roll initiative,
Yeah.
do any others of us get any
Mumbo jumbo
Surprise.
vibes.
No, like, because I was already what prompted Fenris to do that.
Yeah.
Was saying what I said, and my next plan was to cast Hunter's Mark.
Sure. Yeah, I would let you get a hunter's mark off. If I'll let you guys do like a 1-round prep, unless it would reveal you, because that would be a surprise round. But if you do have any, sorry, what was that? Your voice cut out.
No, mine would just be like early raging, but it would be so loud I would ruin the surprise. So
I'm gonna silently rage.
Question I have is, what happens if Pass Without Trace drops after making a stealth check?
you just don't have it from going forward.
Yeah.
Just something to think about, because
Concentration spell.
concentration.
I just want to let you know, Todd, I got advantage because I'm a barbarian, but I have disadvantage on my checks right now, so I'm just going to roll flat.
Straight roll, absolutely. I should write these down.
Cool.
Oh, dang.
This is your third nat 20.
Yeah, it's been a bunch.
Nice. Feels good, man. Feels good.
It does. Now that I have a plan, I'm probably just going to be like, well, let's see what happens for a while, because the scene is not really like, and now it's combat. It's more like, and now we need to track initiative. So
Yeah.
I probably won't do anything on that nat 20. And then Archie. What does Archie have?
All I'm letting you guys know is I'm a big dog. I go for the biggest, alpha in the room. I got to kill that Aaron, yes. So, I'll try not to die.
Archie also got a nat 20.
Holy shit, man.
Darmita.
Dice are weird.
27. Oh no, Archie. Sorry. Archie got.
Archie.
She had a 27. I had a 23.
Oh my
Thank you.
dudes.
You guys are ambush predators, is what you are.
Get out of
I
there.
hope you guys are just staying quiet though. Like they haven't noticed us.
Oh yeah, if we can stay stealthy, that sounds much better than.
What was Fenris? I missed that.
You guys, so
I'm just hoping you guys are like not breaking like I did that quietly, right? Like
Oh yeah, like we're not. The thing is, like we're not communicating at all, right?
Yeah.
Like,
we're all
there's
sitting
no
there
time to
whispering and
prepare
waiting.
as characters.
yeah.
I mean, you can
Not
try to
whispering.
whisper quietly back and forth. You're all clustered together there if you want.
I refuse.
if Archie's first, then whatever he's doing, really, I'll follow the order.
You may not even noticed of what I did.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I'm thinking. Subtle wouldn't even be noticed by us.
Oh yeah, totally. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, there's something crazy going on with that
He just sees you go,
archway.
and somebody just disappeared. So Archibald's been watching. Actually, you're
Mhm.
6. He's been back here in the far corner. So he's watching extremely carefully, and he's also going to have moved.
that makes more sense.
He's actually he's gonna have stealthed away when you guys aren't noticing, and he's gonna get
Sure.
down here and get ready to steal the poker dice winnings.
Of course he is.
Nice.
But he's currently kind of hiding up on that pile of bricks or near that pile of blocks. All right, coming up next, Darmita. You're casting
All right.
Hunters. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I'm not going to screw my party that way. She wouldn't do that, and she would know she can't cast that at this point. So she's going to very quietly take out and knock an arrow that's aimed right at this person.
The Black Robe Mage?
Robed, yeah.
Absolutely, as they bend over their book in their ritual circle.
And she's gonna hold for when shit hits us,
Absolutely.
fan. As soon as they notice or one of her allies targets somebody, she's gonna let loose on that person.
Absolutely. And you will get your Dread Ambusher for sure. All right, moving on. Philees, what would you like to do?
So how much of this am I aware of? We see there's Arrhenius here, there's someone in black robes who seems to be important, and then the Austrian came in through the bottom, who we don't really know or recognize, but he has a note of myth, right?
Not only that, but you could have had an interaction with him before if you like. I mean, it makes sense. You were a prisoner.
Yeah. I don't know what that would imply. I remember last time we actually saw him in the show, like the only time we've actually seen him before.
Was with him.
There were threats of lots of torture and stuff, and they never happened. But I imagine if I went through that stuff, that would be quite something to retroactively state. So maybe not. I don't know. That's up to
man.
you.
Oh, okay, if you want to leave it up to
I
me.
am happy either way. Yeah.
Austrian didn't want to get his hands dirty with every single hedge witch and farm, cult, what they viewed as cult members. So he didn't do hands-on with you directly.
Okay.
But at his order, dozens of people that you know or knew were tortured, rounded
Right.
up, murdered.
So do you think that like I would recognize him, or it's like
You most
I would
definitely
recognize the
would.
name probably, but I might not recognize him?
No, I think you
Right.
would recognize him. People would come to you
Okay.
with descriptions. You would have been rounded up, and he would have done some kind of announcement at some point. You definitely recognize him as Lord Austrian, the commander of the Eye of Pelar.
All right. Get a little bit of a range calculation. Let's see. How far away is everything from me? Which one are they?
He's the one right in the middle.
All right. So we got 60-ish, 63. 30 still here. Okay, cool. I think right now I'm going to. Well, here's a good question actually. How do you rule holding spells? Because I believe rules is written if you don't cast it by the start of your next turn, it's gone. Or do you say you can maintain the concentration of holding a spell, but even if you don't cast it, it's still gone?
I would
eventually.
I'm generally fairly loose.
I am not hearing you, Tom. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I would definitely say that you can go ahead and hold a spell across multiple turns if you want to. That'd be fine.
Okay.
But if you've started casting it, you will lose it. Either use it or lose it. But
Right.
it can go off the next round.
If I take a
or
different
after.
action, then it's gone.
Exactly.
But it doesn't matter whether or not I use it the immediate next turn. Okay, good. That's exactly what I want to know. I just want to double check some components. Yeah, that's BSM, so that's going to be loud. Can I hold a spell without using the components?
You can get everything else ready and just have to do the verbal at the last second. Like
Okay,
you already
cool.
start tracing the motions, holding aloft your crystalline gem greenstone arcane implement, or not arcane, but that'd be fine. And then at the very last second, you call out your or whatever it is.
Okay, cool. I think I will. Oh, actually. Yeah, I will. Do you need me to tell you the spell now?
Surprise me.
Cool.
Just, I trust that you will mark it gone and not be like, oh, I meant a level 1. All right.
Yeah, no, I was
that
going to do
is-
something different, but at the last moment I decided against it, be more thematic.
Do you want to try and move anywhere, or you're good where you are?
I'm happy where I am. I think that's fine, assuming that I am sneaky. Yeah, so I'm preparing to cast a spell. The trigger is... Can it be vague enough as less like when I decide it's time? Like, I'm not waiting for range, right? I'm waiting for us to be like combat to start, basically, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
All right,
cool.
coming up next. Ostrin. Him and his entourage move forward. Forget the wagon. The wagon isn't being carted with him. He goes walking forward. They end up splitting here, and Ostrin starts barking orders. Again, I didn't mean to drag the fireplace with them, sorry. He starts coming around and gets about this far, along with some of his guards who are flanking, and casters and cultists who are flanking him at all times. He's talking away to somebody next to him, some kind of lieutenant, and he's marching up, and the Arrhenius turns around and says, "It's about time you got here. I crossed the hells to come back to let you know." And he says, this is all free action, he says, yes, interlopers. I've heard it before. We're hunting them down by the river. And that's about all the time he has.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up next, Benkuhm.
Would it be me or Benkuhm?
Who has the higher dex?
I think I got a 15. No, I got a 12, so it's your call.
I've got a...
I think you're faster than me, right?
Yeah, I am. I got a 14.
Okay,
So.
Fenris.
Fenris. So I see the Arrhenius, and I think I recognize her.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Oh yeah. She's next.
All right. Make your roll.
I wonder if she gets, like, magic... Like, I don't know if magic stuff counts for that.
All right.
I wonder.
It's against her strength ability.
I'm going to have to look up some stats, aren't I? You're going to make
Yep.
me... Yeah.
I
think I
am.
probably should have kept those.
Look at this room full of enemies. I can't believe you need stats.
All right. I have her right here. So she has advantage. It is a
She has advantage. It's not a saving throw.
Yo Finn said,
That's
Good point.
true.
it's all fun and games until
It's
the
just-
DM
it's
has to pull the
straight.
stats.
It is my spellcasting ability
Damn right,
against
yeah.
her strength ability.
That is true, actually, but she is beefy. Oh, that's not good. So she did not have advantage.
No, she does
so
not.
that 15 doesn't help her. And the 2 that I rolled first
Uh-oh.
was her first roll.
Oh.
So she got a 6.
I got a 19.
You just grab her?
So, yeah, like a tendril of shadow just and just whips her through portal.
Yep.
You just grab
Wonder
her.
what portal it is
The
right
wings
now.
are like as she's pulled backwards. It looks. Anyone else looking at it, other than the shadow coalescing around her, it just looks like she flew herself. But the shadow just drives her straight back. She even bumps into the black robe mage a little bit, but they just kind of go off to one side. As she gets pulled back, her eyes. As soon as she gets into that portal, she hangs suspended. And then she looks at you and she just lets out this furious yell. And then she disappears.
Can we roll what plane it was?
Wow.
So
'Cause it's not just hell, right?
I
And
never
hell
knew
would probably not
telekinesis would
great.
be this good.
When you got environmental factors, yeah. It's like shove rules are usually terrible unless
All right.
you got a cliff to knock people off.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you roll this, Fenris.
Yeah?
Can you go ahead and roll a d10?
Yes.
A 3.
Okay.
Watch our center to heaven, or whatever.
And now can I get you to roll a d100?
Nice.
Oh shit, you did it to the Arrhenius?
I did do
Yeah.
it to the
The
Renius.
Renius just got
Thank
sucked out of the room.
Oh, but
38.
this is immediately sad.
38.
or Benkuhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2
Big
things
pleasure.
happen. The portal was momentarily stable. The twisting vortex, and you just go, rah! You're not really paying too much attention to that. And you give her this shove just as it opens up to this incredibly dark and twisted and this scent of brimstone, but worse, rot. I don't know how well you know the planes, but maybe roll an Arcana check for me.
There we go.
There we go. 21.
Nice.
Damn. All right, so you recognize the description. It was either one of 2 places. It could have been the Hells, but it didn't quite have that kind of look to it. It would have been somewhere else, somewhere similar though. You probably sent her to the Abyss.
Oh.
And
With the demons?
With the demons, who are
Gemini_twin said. Before the portal closed, you glimpse hundreds of eyes stare back,
Wow.
and
So
a
she's
deep
not gonna
voice
like that.
almost seems to chuckle.
Yeah, likely not.
Roll for sanity. Wait, wrong game.
Oh, I love it.
Can we
Gemini.
roll for sanity anyway?
Yes, we can. So Gemini, for the players who couldn't hear you, but I know our listeners can. So before the portal closes, you look at this Arrhenius staring hatred at you, and she manages to figure out where you are as she's being pulled through. 2 things happen. Number 1, you're sending her to the Abyss. Number 2, the portal starts to shift and close on her, lasting only 3 seconds. She gets most of the way through. As it starts to twist you and close and tear at her, you're just trying to shove her through this gateway down the length of this wormhole, and you lock eyes with something in the abyss staring back at you. I need you to do a wisdom save.
Wisdom save, huh?
Hold on one sec.
She's restrained, by the way. When I pushed her through 30 feet. Yeah.
So sorry, how much can you push her? 30 feet?
I pushed her 30 feet in, and she's restrained. I rolled an 8, so I probably failed.
Where's my d20, man? I didn't want to. Yeah, you probably did. All right. So you're staring in. You stare into the darkness, and sometimes if you stare too long into the abyss stares back.
Nah, that can never happen.
All right.
I mean, I guess I could use my last luck point.
It's up to you, man.
Don't.
No, you know what? This will be. This is fun. This is fun. Let's do it.
You stand staring, armed outstretched, this look of vengeance and anger and joy on your face. One of the things that happens is you lock. And that's it for now. We'll come back to you in a little bit. There's more.
Okay.
All right. Where's the next person? I'm sorry, I wrote that on a...
Benkuhm.
Thank you, Benkuhm.
So, out of curiosity, before we go on to Benkuhm,
yeah, held actions?
yeah, would that have triggered my held action? Or again, was it so subtle that...
Wasn't it subtle?
That was not very subtle. That was him shoving an Arrhenius through a magical portal. So,
all right.
Yeah,
you
that
previously
triggered.
described it as it looked like they flew through, almost.
I did,
but I
but
don't
you
know.
could
That
know what to
wasn't-
look for. You can see the twisting of the shadows.
Okay. So that would then,
Yeah.
in fact, trigger.
That would definitely trigger your it's go time.
All
I'd
right.
say so.
Sorry, Benkuhm. So my action was to hold the arrow for the black-robed mage.
It's going to be disadvantage. So from where you are, you're shooting past a little wall, and then past a pillar, and then
Okay.
at a mage that just got thumped almost to the ground by a flying Arrhenius. So you don't have that great a line of sight on that. You might be able to shoot like an ankle or something. You could
Oh.
definitely take the guard, or this other red-robed one that's over here, just to the south.
Okay, because I had called that one, but you're giving me...
It's gonna be a disadvantage. I would let you shift to a nearby target. I would even say you could go for either the mage on the ground at disadvantage, or the guard with the crossbow. And they're still gonna have partial cover.
Go for the mage.
Go big or go home, right?
Go big or go home. Come on, I just pushed an Arrhenius through a doorway.
I'm gonna... or for him, the this one,
Sorry, which one?
the black-robed.
Okay, make your roll. It is at disadvantage because of the angles.
Yeah, but if I do hit,
It does not know
Then
you're
I-
there as well, so it's actually a straight shot.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate that.
I do have, yeah, I have my little... Sorry, I've got super lag on my controller, so...
No problem.
So the first one is a 27,
Nice.
and that'll be the one with the extra D8, because I've got... And then the second one is a 27. So even at disadvantage, I would have still hit it.
Nice.
So, so the first one is 12 plus. I get a D8. Ugh, that was shite. So 14 and 14 and 13, so 27.
27 damage as the arrows just go. You peg one on either side of the pillar, just hoping you hit. The grunting that you hear on the other side calling out, "Ah! Ah!" indicates that you definitely hit your target. It also means that the target is still alive.
But I do get another shot.
Yep.
Mhm.
Where would you like to
Yep.
send it?
And I rolled the D8 too soon, but we'll keep it that way. 14.
Misses.
All right.
All right. Next up, Benkuhm.
Just because I think about Gloomstalkers every day of my life. On the first turn, doesn't a Gloomstalker get 3 attacks on their first
Yeah, she
round?
did 3.
Yeah, she did 3.
Thought I missed it because there was disadvantage or something like that.
No.
Rolled a 14 on the third one, so I didn't hit.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I mean, I've had my turn played out in my head. I can run 40 feet. I can make it to the wizard based on like that. It's a roughly 35
Absolutely.
feet.
Never let the barbarian get within sprinting distance.
I mean, in my head, yeah, I'm kind of like with my back towards the whole scene. I'm not too good at magic, but I do see like Philees kind of like staying quiet, watching like, I guess, glowing changes on the fire or the face of things. And then I kind of like see that Darmita's got up, shot some bows, and then kind of nod at Philees. And then I like bound over the wall. And originally I thought with the Aaron, yes, I might need some AC, but I think I've just pulled out my maul at this point because I think that I want to get the Arrhenius. I want all of the glory. I go 5 feet, I go 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, because diagonals, and then 35. And then I just see that it's not there. And I'm so pissed. I go into a rage and I just shout, "Where are you, crazy devil lady?" And I'm just gonna, I don't know, fucking great weapon master with the maul this black cloaked figure.
Absolutely.
Great. So I just gotta add my rage damage.
Needless to say, they know you guys are here now.
Yeah.
No, he's there. I'm still hitting.
That's
I
true.
just got AC's right. Sorry, I'm unequipped.
But I will be taking my my held action after this. Because I do think that yes,
Yeah,
in fact, you're correct. That they know we're here.
Fuck me. 14 and a 13.
14 and a 13. The mage, as you swing down, the mage looks up and goes, "Argh!" and this arcane shield just goes, and the first shot bounces off it, and the second one bounces off it, and it's just like, screaming down at this mage, and the mage is looking back up at you, and it's like, it is
Dope.
on.
That's my
All
turn.
right. All right, up next. Would
I will
have
take my
been
held
the
action.
oh, sorry, held action. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So seeing this and getting that nod from Benkuhm, even very good, like that. I'm holding this like weird green crystal that I harvested earlier, right? And I've been staring past the sort of situation that we have been mostly engaged with, and looking over at Ostrin and their men, and women and other. Potentially, I don't know. And so I put like my fingertips on the gem, and I like pull them back, and there's like strands
152
of
matters later,
them, and I throw my hand up, Cyclospindelat, and I will cast a web spell covering them up. It's a 20 foot at a side cube, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Where do you want
And
to send
it needs to be like anchored, basically.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like. Basically, these are the things that are connected by the web, right? These two elements.
Nice.
I don't know if this goes all the way up or how high the pillar there goes, but whatever. And then it will extend from there, like back, basically, to cover these guys as much as possible. I don't know why I indicated with my cursor that's not going to work, but like, yeah, this is exactly what I'm thinking. So let me just bring that up to make sure I'm using it right. Concentration. Ooh, am I in range? I think I am. Yes, I totally
60
am.
feet? Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see. Web fill is 20 foot cube. webs are difficult
cubish.
terrain. It is lightly obscured, so firing into it will be difficult, unfortunately. It fall apart, blah, 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 blah. Each creature that starts its turn in the web, so they don't actually have to make the check until the start of their turn. But they'll make a dexterity, starts its turn in the webs or that enters the webs during its turn. Oh, okay, it doesn't happen immediately. So cool, whatever. They make a dexterity save, and it's DC 14.
Absolutely,
So,
thank you. DC 14. I'm going to jot that down. Very cool.
Failed save, they're restrained, blah, blah, blah. Regardless, it is difficult terrain.
Nice. All right, coming up next is all of them. So, first thing that happens is this mage. Oh, wrong button. This mage crawls into the center of the pillar, pulls open.
Sentinel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Action up attack if I can.
Yeah, you can try. It's
great.
technically when I say crawls, it was more of a like it's within 5 feet. It can just reach over and do it, but go for it anyway. You can still get your sentinel. Sure.
Yeah, it's an object interaction, right? It has the same moveset as me, so if it's not moving away from me, I'm not going to take an opportunity attack.
You know what?
It's just your call. If it moves into the book, then I will. But if it can interact from here,
I think it can interact from here. I mean, it's just reaching over, flips open the book, and takes a dagger and stabs itself in the wrist right here. The blade sticking right through, like on an angle, and pulls straight down. The blood just gushing out. These words flowing out of it and just sucking the blood directly into the book, which flares.
Oh hell no! Where's the area? Where's that other lady?
Wait, is he back?
is he? I already killed her, Benkuhm. You're not the fastest anymore.
Fuck you, Fenris. Shout it. Oh, Lord Archibald.
What's going on back there? I was looking for change.
The arm is just a ruined wreck as the blood pours out, and the mage looks up at you and says, "You're too late."
For what?
The mage is still barely alive, but yeah, that was his turn. The guard behind you is going to take a step back.
Okay, so then yeah, I'll opportunity attack him. Yeah,
just behind you. You don't even look. Go ahead and make
It's
that
not-
attack.
I'll
Backhand swing.
have to attack the other guy instead. So, 15.
That actually misses as it ducks and the thing hits the pillar. Sorry, man.
Fuck.
Kind of like stumbles backwards and falls on his butt.
This is what I take for getting Sentinel instead of a strength +4.
All right. The guard has successfully pulled back from you and takes a shot at your back. That's going to be a 13, I think.
No.
He's a terrible shot.
Even without the shield, I got a 16.
Yeah, so it shoots at you, and it digs in, but it doesn't go far. It's in your back, but
I
just
guess
brush it off.
because I miss, I just kind of glance over my shoulder and I say, "First time."
Yeah. He looks at you in the eye like, "Oh my god, I'm going to die."
Oh my god, this guy's so hot.
Roll to seduce guard. All right, that was
I mean, if that guy just immediately is like, "I'm done, cool, yeah, let's not fight." I can imagine. I believe that.
This guy runs into the only visible target. This guy runs into the only visible target. This guy runs in, skirting around the pool. That's about 30.
What is the vision situation? I imagine that we're all revealed except for Fenris.
Well,
would be my
Fenris
guess.
has been revealed because you had to
Right.
reveal yourself to do the shove out. That's
No.
the cast was.
I'll let
solid,
him.
But
Okay.
the using it to shove someone out a door is like they're looking around for you. They may not have spotted you yet. This guy. That's what this
How did
guy's
that
doing.
move?
Oh,
I'll
sorry.
let Gordon defend
You're right
himself.
Yeah, I'm still there. She was
But
in the
he's,
air.
He's looking around for you. That does not
Oh,
beat
yeah.
your stealth though. Although actually concentration is dropped, so you got an 8 if I remember correctly.
Which
It's not my concentration.
Oh, it's Darmita's concentration.
It's
Never mind.
Darmita's.
This guy.
Didn't
didn't drop.
No, it's this guard's eyes just slip right over Fenris and Darmita and everyone in that corner. Nice.
Ooh.
All right, this guard hops down and starts running over here. He knows something's going on. He's looking around. He's going to take a look. What was your stealth, Philees?
I believe mine was. It was like 21 before.
It was a 28 for you. Or 20.
All right, he
I
doesn't,
know
this
that.
guard doesn't see you.
I got an 18. I got an 18 before.
Yeah.
The
before
thing.
the ad. So he
And
doesn't
then
see
Archie
you.
got 25 before the pass without trace.
Yeah, that's fair. So he doesn't see anybody. He's like, where are they? Where are they?
Well, I'm just not sure about lighting, honestly, because
These guys.
visually it looks like there's perfectly lit place, but I know that's not true, right? There's torches and stuff.
They're basically this guard. There are 4 guards are carrying torches in their offhand or with the shield hand, and then there's the large torch above here. So it's as they move within range, they're probably getting you guys into dim light. But because you've got pass without trace, it hasn't. They don't auto spot you. This
Nice.
cultist walks over and just looking in this direction. Let's see if it spots you. Actually has to spend the turn trying to find you and failing miserably with a 7.
That's what I like to see.
Nice. All right. Oh, that would have been a much better Ostrin. Oh well. Get him out of there. This guy comes running up this way with his buddies. It takes them a little while. They're not entirely certain where you guys are, but they know something's going on. This guy grabs his weapons and start running towards here, and they all start piling up this thing and miss
Got a little
Archibald.
bottleneck.
Archibald just hiding on this up here as they begin
That's a
to
fireball.
search the room for you guys. These guys are all gonna have to try and get out of this mess, so I'm just gonna do this.
Archie's like, I can finally take all their pinochle games.
Oh, one of them saves. And Ostrin.
Yeah, let's see if all. Oh,
Yeah, correct.
Not so good.
Not good. So this lieutenant guy with the double-bladed axe manages to pull free and start hacking his way through. And gets to about here. Everybody else is restrained, is it?
Yep.
It's restrained, yeah. And it is difficult terrain regardless.
All right.
I don't know how far they moved, but yeah.
Yeah, they can get to about there. These guys are restrained. This
I don't know what about there means, but okay.
Sorry, on the map you can. I don't know if you can see it on the feed. So they're struggling within the webs. There's several casters in there, and one of them begins to mutter and chant and is going to try to dispel it.
Ooh. That should just work unless web is special, but I don't think it is.
Don't think so. So
Well, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Gonna try to dispel the web.
yeah,
And how far away is the caster from me?
it's the person in the red robes. So that's pretty far from you.
Yeah, but is it
You measuring 60 feet? Can you
Yeah.
It's beyond 60 feet, unfortunately.
beyond 60 feet? Okay,
Yeah.
then
It's actually
just checking.
70 feet away. I didn't plan that.
see? Arguably, you wouldn't see them because this is a raised middle too.
Well, I would let you.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah,
Well, Dar-
it's only 5 feet, so you can kind of see over.
Okay.
But yeah, the web
The head is gone.
is gone. It definitely stopped like all those people, including a bunch of those casters, from getting involved this round. So that was actually a really good thing.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, unless like it's one of those weird situations of if that guy
Gemini
went first,
underscore
then
twin
theoretically they could all just leave
said,
anyway or
No,
whatever.
I'm saying it
Tool
happened at
tip.
the end.
When the
Cool. I
GM
appreciate
says
that.
he didn't plan it,
I do
press
always
X
find
to
conjuration a
doubt.
little bit of a weird thing, where it's like
Grinder
once it's
333
conjured, it's magic, blah blah blah.
Said,
But in this case, it's concentration, so I know
X.
that it must be. It must be.
Yeah.
Yofin. said,
So
X.
for the players who didn't hear that, Gemini was saying, tooltip. When the GM says he didn't plan it, press X to doubt. Grimdor X. Yaufen X.
What did you say you planned or didn't plan? I don't remember.
I planned this a while ago.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I don't know if you expected the Arrhenius to be taken out so early, but yeah.
Honestly, everything's on the table. I thought you guys were going to go in the main entrance, and you dispelled that trap, and I thought you were going to fight a bunch of undead to get through that, and then you snuck in the sideway, hid, and got a nice reveal, so that was good. All right, so the red-robed caster over near Ostrin managed to dispel the web after everyone else struggles for a while. Only one of them was free, and he only got to hear, so that's their turn. Top of the order, Archibald. Archibald is going to get the winnings.
Good for him. Stay out of the way so that the firebolt doesn't hit you. I appreciate that.
And then he's going to turn around and throw a dagger, unless somebody else wants to drive him.
I mean, he probably would, right? Like, I think that's fine.
I think as long as he can hide again, he would probably do it.
Yeah, he's right in that, and like right up here. And there's a bunch of
he definitely is going to
doors.
bonus action hide after whatever he does.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of doors and stuff he can duck in over here if he wanted to. That reveal did not work. Yeah. So, yeah, I think he's going to throw a dagger at this crossbow person right there. So somebody want to roll for him?
Oh, sure. Yeah, this is
So
thrown
this is
dagger.
the
I
6 or
should have
7
that.
people charging up the ramp that you guys had actually snuck up. And
Yeah, is it possible for him to get to anyone else? I know we can't like communicate this like battle really as
unfortunately,
characters, but
not.
yeah, probably not. I'm thinking
And
looking at the
nobody's
distance.
off
Yeah,
on their
that
own.
makes sense.
His
Okay.
whole thing is to duel one-on-one. So, unfortunately,
Yeah.
nobody's available for that.
So does he have advantage?
He does. He
So
is
he would
very
get a sneak
stealthy at
attack.
25.
So he's gonna just destroy probably because he gets the. Oh wow, doesn't even hit. Ooh. 15. Yeah, not great.
The dagger goes clang, clang, clang off somewhere against this pillar, causing these 2 guards to be like, "What was that?" and turn that way, the wrong way.
All right, cool. Yeah,
And then he,
you want me to do another stealth check?
yeah, he's gonna hide in
The
this.
nat 20. Yeah.
Actually, he's gonna go back down the tunnel you guys came in. Because why go into a place where you're locked in when you can run? So he's hiding.
You know what?
back
You
here.
make a great point. Cool.
All right. Next
Uh,
up, as I spin him upside down. There we go.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up next, we have Darmita, followed by Philees.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
All right. So the last you said when I had to move to go talk to Fenris, you said I was in complete dark.
They
Am
have
I
moved
still?
quite a lot of
Because I
torches
haven't moved
closer.
since that moment.
The problem is they moved torches closer to you, so you would be in what's called dim light.
Oh, now I'm in. Okay. All right.
Thanks.
If you can see these circles on the screen, I don't know if you can, but
You can't.
Oh, sorry, guys. But basically, from several of the guards, including this one, and one of the guys in this pack, they are carrying torches, which cast about.
Can you
8
give them an
feet
icon?
Of
That would be
bright. Yeah, I can do that. They cast about 8
It's
feet
like a red
of
dot
bright
or
light.
something. Yeah.
Can you see the little yellow?
I can see that. Thank you.
Yeah. They cast about 8 feet of bright light, and then another 10 of dim light. So.
Okay, so sorry to interrupt. I'm just having a really hard time moving my icon.
Sure.
I was only able to move 1 square, and now it's not allowing me to move anywhere else. I'm trying to get.
I don't think anyone can move. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, weird.
Well, let me
Why?
try.
Is Roll20 glitching? Trent's
I moved a bunch.
bopping around.
Yeah,
Point now, do I have a clear shot of?
The mage?
Yeah.
Yes, and there's also the red robe mage standing on the edge of the pool, just to the south of you. That's a straight line. You'd be able to hit them, no problem. Or the black robe mage.
Okay.
That mage right in front of Benkuhm, the black-robed.
Yeah.
It did
Look-
whatever it was gonna do, and now it's almost relaxing and just bleeding in front of Benkuhm.
All right. I will bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, you will.
This mage here and take my first shot.
Darmita,
Twen-
fallen Aasimar, comes strafing in the dark. Arrows flying. Hit.
21. And, oh, that was shitty. And then I get a d6. And my second shot, 20. I assume still hits.
Yep.
29 and Hunter's Mark. 9. 34.
34 total.
I think so. Did I do
Cool.
my math?
Um,
I think
I don't know.
9.
9 plus 4 is 13. 9 plus 5.
No. Oh, no. I did mess up. Sorry. 18.
7.
22. 23.
27.
27.
All right. Oh, that is a heavy hit as the arrow digs deep in just either north or south of the clavicle, and this gurgling like you've hit a lung, but it's the cultist is still standing, although in a lot of pain. Definitely just hanging on.
So is this just one of the random clerical occultists?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
She
this
might try
one
to
had
heal
been
herself.
directing them to drop more bodies in the pool.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm going to just finish my movement by coming back here by the barrels.
Sure thing. All right, next up, Philees.
Okay. So I'm not entirely sure what I can actually see based off of my height and the terrain's elevation and such. The place I put the web, I probably was targeting like a higher point, and then it draped down on them. So
Yeah,
can I actually
totally.
see the people that are there, or not? I knew they were heading that direction, so it made sense. I think narratively.
I think you could just make out the black-robed mage behind Ostrin, but you can't see Ostrin himself.
Okay. Cool. And then I see these guys coming up from the stairs below us there. And my immediate surroundings, is this actually a tiny wall? Could I get half cover or duck down really far below it to get full cover?
Because you're small, sure.
Cool. All right.
You basically have to go prone to get behind it, though.
I think that sounds awesome. Let's get a bunch of advantage against me. I love it. Let me just do a little bit of measuring, because I think I'm going to throw a big old spell and blow up these guys. So I'm going to another 20-foot cube. So how do I make this hit everyone I want to? Can we just assume I hit all these people? I wouldn't hit this guy.
Doing a 20-foot cube, does?
So
Yeah, so
technically,
that's 20 feet
you can
there, and
target
then
it right
20 feet
here.
there. It's going to hit all these people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Great. So yeah, I'll hold out that stone and hold it up, and then I motion my hand down and thrust it upward, and an explosion of earth centered right here. Wait, that didn't ping. Come on, ping for me. I need to be holding the cursor. There it is.
There it is.
As all this rubble starts to rumble and shake and explode upward. I need, I believe, dexterity checks.
Wait,
This
everybody
is
do
my
the-
druid fireball.
The Star Trek thing where all whoa.
Can't do it with this camera. It's,
Yeah, it's fine.
too blurry. So dexterity saving throws.
Tomato's like, I'm not doing that.
I'm going to roll 3d12 because I'm not upcasting.
And there's
Okay.
saves.
Dang, that sucks. Okay, 15 damage. That's a real shame. Yeah, and it's dexterity save 14.
Was that erupting earth?
I was erupting earth. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a D12. That's pretty cool.
All right.
Yes. Like,
1, 2, 3 of them saved.
okay. Did you include Austrian in this, or are you gonna roll him separate?
I'll roll him
I really
separate.
liked that you did it last time, so that we knew which one was hitting. The one important one.
He saves.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so 15 to those who don't.
1,
7 to those who do.
2, and 3. Oh no, I rolled too many dice. So we'll just say 2 of them saved. So it's that guy and that mage saved, and Austrian saved. Everyone else in this whole area is rattled.
All right, cool. It also creates difficult terrain in the area. Each 5-foot square portion of the area requires at least 1 minute to clear by hand.
So yeah, you hit 8 of
Why did I read that? Yeah. All right. So since my web's gone, destroy the earth instead.
Exactly.
The whole stairs fall in on each other, and there's just mounds of rubble now that they have to sift through. Yeah.
And actually, this pillar, which is right here, holding up the thing that's protecting this temple, starts to crack and tilt.
Nice. All right, cool. That is my turn. I will try to find the most secure place to hide.
For if you didn't save?
Yeah. 15 for a failed, 7 for a success.
All right.
And it's bludgeoning.
Grinder 333 said, Philees has a flashback to childhood. Earthquakes killed so many in Philees' hometown while growing up.
That's true. All of that's true.
Absolutely. Thank you, Grinder. I love how it says Grinder.
I was protected by spirits of earth that kept me safe.
So you slam your face down on the dirt and just mutter a thank you to those spirits of the earth that have protected you even when they take the others.
Mm-hmm.
In Gnomish, it's something like, bury me not, bury me not.
Mm-hmm. Maybe summon a Zorn later. It's going to be awesome, but not right now.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
Sorry.
3, and... Okay.
Can't all just instantly kill with their fireballs.
No,
fireball is statistically broken.
Here, so 1 crumbles and dies. 2 crumbles and dies, smothering the torch.
Oh, nice.
And 3. Oh no, yeah, they're okay. Oh, this poor bastard gets clubbed by part of the falling pillar. This piece of pillar that is in the map now, that's now there.
Great. Excellent.
All right. Thank
cool.
you. Next.
Yeah. So I try and find if I can get full cover from as many directions as possible.
Sure, you go flat down and in behind there. All right.
Yeah, so you can consider me prone if someone does get up to me and within 5 feet melee attack.
Absolutely.
Take that advantage.
Austrian. 2, 4, 6. And actually, he's going to just do 4 and then a leap.
Okay, you're counting the difficult terrain, it sounds like.
I am,
great.
yeah.
Yeah. The way you did that sounded like he was, so good job. Thank you.
And he leaps, and I need to pull up his stats, but
he just
a lot of strength. So
lifts himself on top of a pile of
he
rubble
manages
and
to
kicks
just
off.
get on the edge of this raised up section.
Nice.
To get a good view of things, but he's teetering on that edge and just up on it, and he looks around and calls out, destroy them all. And darn it, I should have printed his stats. I'm sorry, just 1 second. In a momento. Well, we move things around on my phone.
Yep, sounds right.
Oh, wrong button. Hold on. Austrian is he's got these flowing cloak behind him. He's got that helmet with the red crest on it and plate mail that is just beautifully ornate. He looks every inch the paladin leader. But this hatred in his eyes is incredible to behold. And he is going to cast haste on himself and move
Nice.
pretty naturally quickly.
All right, let's
And-
ruin his concentration. Such a dumb spell in this edition.
And he is going to run right up to, I think he can get to here.
I don't know where here is.
Within.
Describe it for our radio
Sorry.
listeners.
So he, as he gets to the top of this dais, he reaches out and holds his Eye of Pillar crest on the front of his plate mail and draws his massive two-handed greatsword from his back. And he just shudders and calls out, Eye of Pelor, speed me now. And he goes, as he pulls his hand away, it almost blurs, and he just goes rushing across the room and comes rushing right up to your, basically 5 feet from you guys, sees, I don't know if he sees any of you yet.
You probably see see Darmita.
Oh,
about
right.
it.
She has revealed herself. So he sees Darmita, and he actually does have the movement because your movement goes crazy. So he gets base to base with Darmita with this massive sword. And I believe he does get 1 action. So he takes a swing. I want to be sure on that, though. Kind of matters.
What is is it a full action casting time?
Haste spell action, and then he gets.
He could just dash, so that's all
Then
he can.
Uh,
He can use it to attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
So he'd have done his move. He then did his action. Now
so
he
now he's
will have
dashing.
dashed. So he's right up in front of Bela, threatening her with this massive black
Does it not actually increase your speed?
blade. It
That's
does. No, it doesn't.
Does not.
It does not.
That's funny. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
lets you dash.
Yeah,
A massive threatening blade.
yeah. But that's it.
Well.
And his AC goes up.
Though.
All right, so he's right up base to base with Bela. He's a good almost 6.5 feet tall to begin with, and he just towers over her in this plate mail. All right, up next, a bunch of the other people shuffle around and move. This guy comes running up, he's seeing Bela too, with the
Oh.
spear.
Okay.
She is actually pretty much the only visible person there.
What was your initiative, Fenris?
I had a 10 initiative.
Oh, did
Oh,
I
okay.
skip Fenris?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you
Just
might
thought
have.
they went
Oh,
after
sorry.
Wayne.
It's me and then
Ostrin
Benkuhm,
goes,
right?
and then the guards. So the guards haven't moved yet. Sorry, I'll pull that
Okay.
back. So
Yeah, I
the guards-
specifically didn't attack the guards because I figured Fenris would have time.
Yeah, so the guards are actually a little bit back. Sorry. Ostrin goes then, but not the others.
Cool.
All right,
Okay.
up next, Fenris, then Benkuhm.
Ooh. Well then. Yeah.
Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna go?
Am
wait
I
and then
gonna do it? Well, it's a dilemma. I either go for him or I go for them.
I mean, that's 30 feet.
Ugh. But the problem is, if I don't go for them, they're gonna swarm us.
Oh, okay, there it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah,
want to do,
retroactively, I
Fenris?
probably should have taken these guys out just to, because the guys would have taken longer to get to us anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast. You know what? I'm hoping. Yeah, you know what? I'm casting Fireball.
Okay, where do you want to cast it?
Basically,
So it just hits Ostrin, basically.
yeah. I don't really expect to hurt him, but but also that it would probably hit the mage over here.
Right, yeah, we don't know if he's human or not. It's a good
15.
point.
Yeah. So I'm basically casting at this guy right here.
Right there?
Yeah, right here. So it'll hit. It'll.
You'll
it
just
has a
get
20
this
foot range.
guy,
Yeah, and it'll get these guys.
and it'll get those guys, and it'll just get him. Okay?
Yep.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goons, 1 cleric,
1, 2,
and
3, 4,
one-
5, 6, 7, 8.
1
and
All
nine.
we
Lord
gotta
Commander.
do is break his.
Oh, 9. You can
concentration.
actually get all of them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
so
it's a
I-
20-foot radius.
I will
Pro
reserve.
tip: get someone else to cast
DC
haste on you.
17. One
look at that,
succeeded.
One saved. I'm gonna say these are the goons. So it's this guy.
All right, someone without a torch. That's good to know.
Yeah.
The torch probably would go out anyway, wouldn't it? It would like eat all the oxygen in the area.
Yeah, it's true. And then the other goons. 2 of them saved. Because this is just
I love
straight.
Fireball for putting out torches. I've never thought
Yeah,
of that before.
straight deck save. Yeah.
So 2 of them saved. These 2 guys at the back. These guys back here are like, what the? And duck. This guy, I'm just going to move them so I can keep track of who doesn't get hit. So this guy goes, what the heck? And these guys jump out of the way. These guys take it, and this person, and then I'll do Ostrin separately.
Yeah.
So the cleric gets an 18.
I think he has advantage because he's hasted.
Oh, because deck save, that makes sense.
And he definitely saves with a 19. So
What's the
him
damage?
and the cleric are going to take half damage, but the goons in the middle take full. Go ahead and roll it up. Or you did.
No, I haven't yet.
Okay.
And I
That's a lot
am
of
going
ones.
to I'm going to use another sorcery point.
You're going to empower.
And yes, of course, I'm going to empower.
You can go as high as 3s on that, right?
I
Oh,
can
Fenris,
go whatever I want,
murderer
right?
of goons.
Oh, really?
So-
I didn't realize that.
I can do as much as my charisma modifier, so I can do up to 5 dice.
No, I meant, I didn't realize you could reroll any die. I thought it had to be below a certain amount.
No.
So that's cool.
So I'm gonna re-roll the 1s, the 2, and you know what? I'll re-roll 2 of the 3s. So I'll
Alright.
re-roll 5 that I sow. So I'm keeping 1 of the 3s and the 2 5s.
So
Cool.
take 10 off the total. You've done 13 so far.
Yes.
And then
so
roll
1, 2,
the
3,
new
4,
ones.
5, d6. So
Nice.
so 13 and 16, 29.
29. Dang. All right. Well. Boom. 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 Those guys are all gone.
Anthem's a saved, probably, too. Oh, Fireball's
Yep.
gross.
Yep. Although all those guards just disintegrate. Somewhere I have a macro for explosions, but I don't have it ready, I don't think.
It's fine.
Yeah. Boom. The whole place shudders. This pillar also takes a bit of a hit.
Nice.
Nice.
And you see how this is now there? The pillar that's now on the ground? Yeah. And this whole front section starts listing and build, and from above, stuff starts to the roof section there starts to cave
How high
down.
is the ceiling?
It's a 40-foot high ceiling,
Okay, so
held mostly by these pillars.
cool.
And 2 of them are down?
2 of them are down. Well, not entirely, but they're cracked and sections are falling. Actually, that one came all... no, both of them totally came down. So this whole front section is like a dinner plate starting to fall. 2 dinner plates held high by a bunch of toilet paper rolls, and you started pulling the toilet paper roll out of the front. There you go.
Great.
High-end
Very
fantasy
eloquent.
visuals. All right, Ostrin
Excellent.
and the other one took half of 29, so 15. All right. Where's my Ostrin?
And I guess he has to roll concentration.
Gemini
Yeah, that's
underscore
the real
twin
question.
said, with all the activity, what perchance is happening to the portal? Is it becoming more powerful?
Is it Todd? Is it?
Here's the weird thing about this pillar. It responds to things. Spoiler. But it doesn't respond to any of this. Alright, up next. That was Fenris. You do have a bit more move if you want there, Fenris.
Sorry,
Is that
did he
11?
make? Yeah, did he make his con save?
He did.
Okay.
Barely. He's pretty
That
calm.
is what the 11 is? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I am probably staying.
actually.
I'm still out of sight, right? So
You can't. You didn't cast it subtly, so you have
No.
revealed yourself, and the
revealed
streak
myself.
of fire goes.
like,
boom.
yeah.
He sees
I'm
you.
just gonna.
You see
Yeah.
him.
But is there a corner here? Is there a wall here that I can move to?
It's like a half wall, but yeah,
Okay. Because I just want to get some cover, any cover that I can get.
absolutely.
Like, can he hit me through this wall?
Um,
Like, if I move there, can he actually strike through?
you know what? If he were to strike through, that might be different, but he can't directly hit you. He would have to move around to get at you.
Yeah. Okay.
And it would probably
I-
take care of some of the crossbows.
Yeah. So I'm just basically
You just
trying to get cover.
plant yourself in that corner and huddle.
Yeah.
And for a second, you're 13 years old again,
Oh.
fleeing from the pursuers, the paladins, the knights, the ruffians that had slaughtered your parents. That first night in the woods was the worst one. And you sat in a corner much like this one. That night you cried yourself to sleep. Today you have tears. Tears of joy. And revenge. Or soon to be. Alright. Coming up next, Benkuhm.
Benkuhm has measured the distance from the mage to flanking on Ostrin to be exactly 40 feet, even if I double up the... Even if I include, like, diagonal. Oh, fuck,
Okay.
How do I do that?
Yeah?
I shift click and then I can keep going. Oh, I can't remember how it works, sorry.
Yeah.
But you see, Todd, Benkuhm walked up to this guy who just gouged his entire arm. I don't know about you, but I've never cut myself, but for some reason I can vividly like see the split feet, like forearm, and it just kind of fucked with my head.
Oh, yeah. It's gross.
Fair.
I'm also thinking about it, I'm just like, Benkuhm doesn't really fucking care. He-
And to be honest, I forgot that happened.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, there's three of you guys. If you can't take him, then you should be back to your job.
Oh, yeah, totally.
To, and again, as a bonus action, I do want to bring up one of the chains that I have to make it its own.
Sure.
spot.
You're going to spend 3 charges on a chain.
Be 3 charges.
So for those just tuning in, Benkuhm has a magic item, a custom magic item of a devil's chain that he pulled off a chain devil. And basically, we're not sure who's winning who to whom's will. But he gets to spend charges, and the more charges he spends, the more danger his mortal soul is in.
Yeah.
And what was your count already? I wrote it down. Do you know? I think
it
you
was
were at 4.
which is why if I took the long rest, I would have had another point of exhaustion, but I also failed a next one, which would have given me 2 points of exhaustion, I'm pretty sure. And staying up tonight gave me 1 point of exhaustion, so... Oh, fuck. The more I map this out in my head, the more terrible this sounds, but I don't know what this guy is summoning, so... I'm in a very tough junction, but I don't really give a shit, so... bonus action, can I, like, summon it?
Yep. I'm going to get you
ne-
to do 3 back-to-back will saves.
Okay.
Boy.
Whiz saves.
I understand. Okay. Because before... The
For
way I understood...
each point, you have a wisdom save. If you pass the save, nothing bad happens. If you fail the save, you get a mark, basically. And
Just
if you
that's-
get a certain number of marks, then you suffer extra exhaustion. And if you keep going bad enough, that exhaustion could have serious consequences.
Yeah, so my mistake is just because I'm thinking out loud, when I have done charge expansions, you just set the DC higher. I didn't make 3 separate changes.
Oh, we could do that too. That's going to be easier.
First,
So yeah, let's do that.
Statistically fucked if you make me do 3
Huh.
So I think we discussed that when we made the chain. It would be like whatever the number you chose it for. And again,
Yeah,
you know,
let's do that.
I mean, I'm not gonna make the save, but wow, fuck, 17. Yep,
Nice.
I don't even know, man. He's probably a DC 20 right now.
I'm saying 2 per charge. It goes up by 2 per charge. So your DC for 1 charge would be 13, 2 charges would be 15, 3 charges is 17.
Oh gosh. Okay, I got 17 this
Meets
time.
beats. You already know you're going to be tired later, but you're just like, just a little more. Okay, there you go. And the chain animates next to you and like coils on the ground like a snake. It's the kind of animated head of the chain looking about for an enemy to attack. Which one do you want to sick it on? You got plenty.
I guess I keep saying Benkuhm because it's tough to be an idiot, especially when it comes to Arcana. I'm looking at the black-robed figure, and they've already made peace with death.
Yeah, you've seen people make peace with death. He's happy.
So Benkuhm's gonna have the bonus action attack the southern. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to put that one there. Attack the guy with the light.
With the torch, yeah.
And then if I could, with my action, could I shove for one of my attacks on the northern guy? And
Sure.
Try to push portal?
Yeah.
Cool. Chain for.
And you'd still have another attack.
I'm gonna go pure reckless this round. So
Shove. Bash.
20.
Sell my soul.
16 damage to the guy with the torch on the south end.
Nice.
I think
The chain just chokes him and just starts shredding around his neck. It's a spiked chain grinding around him like a meat grinder. He
my shove
writhes and falls into the pool.
Ooh.
Sploosh, as the chain kind of extends along with him. It's just a bit longer. It's fine. It can come back out again.
Chain, and then my first attack, I'm shoving him. I'm pretty sure it's athletics.
Yep.
And I raged, so I got a 22. I think he has to make.
Yeah, he doesn't succeed. So.
I'd like to...
And go ahead, just for fun, roll a d10 and a d100. Okay. Oh, interesting. Let's see where he ends up. Just for
Benkuhm
knowledge's sake. You see him kind of stumble through, and I should have printed this. Sorry, it's in here somewhere.
No worries. It's in the DMG and all that. We get it.
Ah, there it is. Okay, 58, huh? You look in and he gets pulled in, and there's a whole bunch of beautiful women at the end of this tunnel as he goes. He has all 9 seconds to get to the far side of this tunnel, which he does. He safely traverses. It doesn't even whirlpool out on him. And he's in a room surrounded by all these beautiful women, and he's just like, oh, that's not so bad. And then they all look at him and go, and fangs and horns and wings. It's a room full of succubi. He's in the 9 hells, and they just go, and he is just okay. And now your last move.
Effects, and I really don't know the consequences of this chain, but I really do feel like it's fucking with Benkuhm on a molecular level. Yeah, when he shoves the guy and the portal extends and he sees the succubi, he takes his last maul attack against the guard beneath, and he just shoots, horny, and just crams down.
All right, make your roll.
Reckless, Grey Weapon Master. 24 damage.
Just wrecks him. Like, he literally caves his head in to almost his navel. And then the shoulders start to sever. It's just a mess.
That's my turn.
All right. That was a heck of a turn.
My turn.
All right. Coming up after you is...
Just move 5 feet. I want to...
Sure.
Oh man, I'm really deciding. I'm trying to figure out if this thing's gonna come out of the blood pool or out of the portal. But either way, I don't think I'm.
Gemini_twin
Hold
I
on,
actually
Gemini's talking. One
said,
sec.
it could just be the
My next turn, I
exhaustion,
might look at the book.
but
I'm just gonna move
Benkuhm
there.
feels a tug on his soul.
And that's
Being
it. I'm
close
good.
to
Sorry
that
to
portal may not be a good thing.
All right, Benkuhm didn't hear that, so I'm going to repeat it. Thank you so much, Gemini. It could just be the exhaustion, but Benkuhm, you feel a tug on your soul.
Oh man.
Being
Gemini.
close to that portal might not be a good thing. Can you do a wisdom save for me, please?
Oh no! Fuck. I was yeah, that's fine.
DC is not very high.
Believe you, but I got a +1. Wow, 17 again.
All right.
Nice.
For a second, you involuntarily
wise.
take one step toward the portal, and then you're like, okay. You turn, and you wanted to move towards this spot, right? As
Yeah,
you
I just-
step towards this circle etched on the floor, as you go to cross it, your toe bounces and curves away, and the wall of it becomes visible. It's surrounded by a circle of protection.
Cool.
The mage is just on the outside of it, technically in this space, and is just practically leaning up against it, just breathing. You'll never stop the eye of Bela.
Who? I just shout that. Who?
And he looks up and she says, my master. He will be your master too. He will be the
wow.
master of us all.
Oh god, these guys are
Heavens and hells will bow.
You're not real. No one talks like that. Shut up.
But from this guy, and I just go around him. I'm just like, gonna be.
Yeah, you get to the other side. You're on the edge of the pool, technically.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the protection or.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, coming up next is some guards and stuff. Step. There's not that many of them. He's gonna.
No, there shouldn't be. We got the ads first.
Yeah. 2.
Well, and then the arenas. That'll be 4 fight happen.
3.
Pre-initiative.
That's difficult terrain, so he's gonna go this way around.
Mm-hmm.
And this way around. This one's gonna go up and around over here. Okay, so let's deal with the casters first. Hey, I don't know why that happened. Sorry about that. So Benkuhm did some smashy smash. I'm not sure how far back the sound cut out. I must have a hotkey set. Whoops, sorry about that. So Benkuhm destroyed a couple of people and is very ragey. A couple of the mages step out of the difficult terrain and start casting, as does this cleric over here. Spiritual weapon bashes Benkuhm for 10 points. And then one of the mages casts suggestion on Benkuhm, just saying, go for a swim. It's nice. Could do a wisdom save for me there, Benkuhm?
7.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. I keep getting 17.
17 again? You resist, sir. You look at the water.
This is why we thought you had a really high wisdom mod for a while, because you consistently rolled really well one day. It was amazing.
For 1 second, you look at and it almost looks like a beautiful lake that you could go swimming in front of you, and then you give your head a shake and you see this syrupy blood-filled pool and the bodies that are, some of them are twitching a little bit and writhing. You get the sense that that's probably not where you want to be.
Now
Whizzes
sound
past
is
me.
cutting in and out.
I
At the
don't know why that is, but thank you. There must be some kind of hotkey or something that I keep hitting. Sorry about that. The sound cut out. All right, I think we're back. Thanks for the heads up.
Coolio.
Yeah, appreciate you keeping us aware of those.
That would suck. So, thank you. All right, let's move along. Darmita, you're up.
Archie.
Archie.
Oh, sorry.
Gemini
Archibald first.
_twin said, No
And the
worries,
dog just looked
was
at me.
thinking it was just me for a moment.
Not you.
All right, Archibald. Your friends are in battle.
I'm not actually planning out a turn. I'm just seeing what distances there are. So far, you've been playing Archie. I wasn't planning.
Oh,
on
okay.
That.
Archie...
I could jump in, do something cool. He runs forward, jumps on top of this fallen pillar, tightrope walks across it, get up to the top.
Grabs this, spins around, lands here. Spins this way, kicks off of it, lands here, and is the only person next to that cleric, and duelists them.
Yep.
With advantage because he's quick like that. And
I think so.
Stealthy as F.
I actually don't even know if there are torches left. All the torch bearers seem to have died.
19. There's still the brazier, and he's got dark vision, so he's fine. It's dim light in several places, but visible
Is he just fighting with a dagger?
No,
dagger.
he's lightening it up.
Oh, dang! Okay. Okay.
So that 19
fine.
was with a sunblade.
All right.
So,
so
what's the damage on that again?
I think it's a D8 is the sunblade because it's just like a longsword, but it's a 5d6 for a sneak attack, and then I think Dex is +4.
I think it's like a +2.
23 plus
Yeah, and the blade itself is +2.
is
That's right.
29.
Oh yeah.
Yikes.
29. That's the one you already shot.
Yeah, I guess probably gonna die.
Yep, that guy is... Whoa, wrong button. As I hit Control-Alt-Delete. Alright, that guy's gone. Alright, the brilliant light just shining out from Archie as he
Does he
lights
like actually evaporate? It's like burns up, or is he just dead? We see a corpse.
Oh, hold on, something's going on here. Yeah, he just slashes it and it does the Jedi burn away. Why? Oh, my keyboard is glitching. Sorry, guys. All right, good thing I don't have to type anything.
Yep.
Yeah, my M.
Is that what's causing the
That's
mute?
what's causing the mute to cut in and out.
Dang.
All right, well, we'll just not type anything, but yeah. So Archibald does this amazing acrobatic thing and then just turns on his lightsaber-esque blade at the very last second and just slashes right through, cutting the cleric in half.
Nice.
All right, up next. Now it's Darmita, followed by Philees.
I have the... No applause is necessary.
I'm going to use my winged boots
Nice.
and go straight up.
Okay. It will
Okay,
still
cool.
provoke.
Yep.
Okay. Sound does keep cutting back in and out because of this keyboard glitch. We are going to have to take a quick little break in a moment, but hold together. Hold together. All right.
Oh, you just have a flying speed. Sweet. Okay, but if you don't use them, it doesn't burn its duration. Okay, that's cool.
Get down here. And he slashes at you, hitting you. I imagine a 27 hits.
Ooh,
So
that's a modifier right there.
Hold on. There's a few of these. And did I write it out? I think I wrote it out. Hold on. As you fly upwards, Ostrin just slashes with this giant two-handed blade. Sorry, what was that, Darmita?
Is the smite radiant?
Some of the
Usually.
damage coming at you is. So yeah, this audio keeps cutting out. So for those paying attention, Ostrin just slashed her as she flew at a range for 15 slashing and 24 radiant, but she only took half
What's smite
of
look
the
like?
radiant. It's this weird pulse of, it's like a front arc of brilliant yellowish light, immediately followed by this echo of a dark, sickening pulse, almost like Radiant and Necromantic had a baby.
But I'm going to continue going up.
Absolutely.
And once I'm just out of range of, like out of 5-foot melee,
Yeah.
I'm going to bonus action move my God, my brain.
Your
Sorry.
hunter's
getting late.
mark.
Your hunter's
Hunter's-
mark?
I'm getting really tired, so I'm
It's
like
okay.
not seeing straight. My hunter's mark onto him, and I'm gonna shoot him twice. $29 and 29.
Oh, nice. Both hit.
So it's 13. It's 25 plus. $30.
That's a lot of damage. 30 damage in a single hit.
And then I'm
Oh, sorry, 2 hits.
I still have movement because it's flying speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna set down right
You're right
here.
up there next to that other mage, too. Just so you know. You're both up in the air.
You might want to just stay out of his range.
You want it to stay in the air.
This mage is flying, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had forgotten that, actually. That's a good point. Can we get some con saves?
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
come over here
Thank you.
Sweet.
and get out of the air. So if that mage hits me, I'm not flying.
All right,
All
so you leap up over him 30 feet or 20 or 30 feet in the air and then back down and land behind him in this very acrobatic kind of arcing upside down and then land.
14, I saved.
Nice. And Ostrin saved on his saves.
None of the individual attacks did over 20 damage, did they?
No.
Okay. They probably wouldn't anyway because of con bonuses. Anyway,
Yeah,
cool.
he's pretty conny. All right, coming up next. Nice moves. Nice moves. As you leap away, he's like, half-breed cur. We know what to do with you. He then it is Philees.
Yeah, okay. So I am taking very pointed notice of the terrain shifting and the roof listing. And I do some quick knowledge of being underground and cave-ins and stuff about what the danger is and how long it'll take for something like that to fall. I'm not asking to roll that, it's just something that they're doing. And I think I am going to shift away from the battle and start to prepare for that situation instead.
Sure.
And I have recently, as in since my last turn, made the realization that I've been using the Conjure Elemental spell wrong. Those all have a minute casting time. So they can't be used in combat normally. I'm going to start casting a spell, and it's going to take a while. So we'll see what happens.
All right.
Start a counter.
Sure. Nice. All right. Coming up next, Austrin. Austrin kind of eyeballs where Darmita went, and he's looking at her for the most part, but he also noticed Fenris duck behind this wall. And
I'm also behind that wall.
He hasn't seen you yet, and
I'm like holding the stone and like trying to like not
Austrin
like carve into the
to-
ground, but like drawing on the earth with it. Yeah.
Austrin calls up to the mage in the air and says, "Keep that one off my back," he says of Darmita, and then he steps and steps and the barrels animate and step. And he goes around that wall and looks upon Fenris huddled behind it. He takes a look at Fenris, and you lock eyes.
Likely to see me as well, just because I'm not actually hiding, right?
But he only
I just
has
happen to be
eyes for
behind.
Fenris.
That's fair, but he would notice me.
His
I
eyes.
don't get like a free stealth or anything.
Austrin's eyes, even in his helmet, you can see through the slit of his helmet, his eyes widen as he recognizes your golden eyes. He says,
Nice.
"And here we've been searching every riverbank, up and down the entire coast, and then you come walking in. We're going to make the world a better place, boy."
But it sounds like a chipmunk voice because he's hazy, so he's like, and he like thinks he's very. It's like in his head, he's like, "I sound so cool right now," and you're just like, I don't. Okay. Cool.
And then he is going to attack Fenris.
Great.
Like 12 times.
No, but he is going to cast at the same time, which I'm aware you might want to do something about.
He's gonna cast at the same time, is he?
Is he?
You should check that spell first, just so you know.
I don't have it in front of me, but I think all of his smites and stuff he can do as bonuses.
Yes, but they cost concentration. Smite's a stupid design.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It'll.
So it would
destroy
auto
his
stun
haste.
him for like 2 rounds if you did that.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you.
Yeah, the
cast
normal
it,
divine smite, yeah, no, but like the spells, yeah.
All right, then he's just going to your ass. So that'll be fun. 3d20s.
Eat on your ass. That's what he's gonna do.
Yep.
And each of these is plus 11. So 24,
I noticed that.
18, and 24.
I'm going to cast shield, so 2 of them hit.
Nice. Okay. Hold on. I have to add all these up. And then the smites. He's only going to do 1 smite, because I think he can only do 1. And it'll be a big one.
That's true. I don't remember though. Here we are. Longer casting times. Certain spells require more time.
Okay, so that was a lot of rolling. Sorry about that. So that's going to be 16 plus 9 is 25 plus 20 plus so that's 25 is 45 plus 7 is 52
Holy crap.
points of slashing and radiant damage.
Okay.
Are you concentrating? Are you good?
So
Technically you had
Telekinesis.
telekinesis, I think.
I did. So I have to roll a con. Was it a con save?
And we'll split
against
that
half of-
evenly down the middle just for the sake of it. So that's going to be 26 is your target number for your cons.
It would
You
be
need a
2
nat
attack.
20.
13.
Gemini_twin said. Plot point.
So sorry, what's the
The
target? check?
barrels is
26?
a mimic. They're just
half
too
of that?
scared to move
So-
with the portal and all.
Sorry, just 1 sec. That's hilarious, Gemini. Gemini just said plot point. The barrels is a mimic, but they're just too scared to move with the portal and all. Absolutely, that's canon. It moved as he moved toward them and then rolled right back.
Yeah, that makes sense. You see
That's
them like roll
hilarious.
out of the way and roll back.
Yeah. Anybody really
Like
paying
that a lot.
attention would be like, wait,
Yeah.
what? Anyway, so you took
Melbourne
52
Dukotai is also too nervous to move.
So you took 52 points of damage in 2 attacks. So that's, I'm going to split it evenly, as 26 points of damage.
So it's 13 for each.
So you need
each
13,
then.
yeah.
So first one makes it. Second one makes
Second one makes it. So you still have telekinesis as he's just slashing into you.
Into me. Oh, that hurt. I'm really hurt.
All right. Coming up next. I believe it's Fenris.
It is me, yes. Okay.
I appreciate the reminder that you have telekinesis. That might be really useful.
Well, I feel that he's going to be pretty strong, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm going to do something else. It's a bit risky, but let's do this. I look at him after he strikes at me. It's just blood. I'm like really hurt, bleeding. I just look at him in the eyes.
This is the man who killed your parents on his orders.
And I just say, I will die. And I cast a bonus action, cast a Hound of the Omen.
Yep.
So it lands right next to him.
Steps out of the shadows next to the wall.
Yeah, next to the wall. And I am going to cast Blight.
Nice.
Yep.
So it is a con save at disadvantage.
Nice.
Is that a 4th level spell or 3rd? It's 4th. Yeah, never mind.
It's 3rd. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's a 4th level spell.
It doesn't compete with Fireball, no.
Ooh, 6 is pretty low. For con, that is an 11.
DC 17.
Yeah,
DC 17.
He takes full damage.
He takes full damage. Okay, I was hoping for that.
Yeah.
Even
It
with
won't
his
be
cloak,
enough, but
he had a cloak of
gonna be
protection,
good.
which I think gives him a +1. But that's still, yeah, that hurts.
Ooh.
So I'm going to
Reroll all of them.
ones and the 2 2s.
Yeah, the high ones are high, so it could still end up being really good.
Yeah. So 5d8, is it?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, 5d8. So sorry about that. Okay, so 26 plus 36, 42 damage.
I didn't actually realize they were D8s when I said the 5, 6, and 6 were higher, or 5, 6, and 5 were high. They were not as high as they could have been.
Yes. 48.
So 48 damage?
So
That
26
doesn't sound right.
plus 10, 36. Sorry. 26 plus 16 is 42. 42 damage.
Wow.
And he needs to do a con. Now he needs to do a con check against 21.
You guys.
Please roll low.
He rolled real high. Oh, it's disadvantage though, right? Oh no, it's to maintain.
Is it a save?
It is a save.
Then he rolls a disadvantage.
Yeah, but that's for spells, right?
Oh, that's for spells?
Oh wait,
okay,
no,
sorry.
this is just for concentration. So yeah, he still maintains his concentration. Even through all that. All right, it is toe to toe. All right, next up.
I'm just gonna roll initiative for the hound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benkuhm. Followed
All right,
by guards and then Archie.
Todd, you know what I'm really thinking right now?
What's that?
I'm thinking, is that archway portal thing, is it made out of stone or is it made out of iron?
It's
Be a rundown.
honestly, looking at it, it's made of this strange metal.
Hmm.
It looks almost brand new, like it's never been in all the years, everything else around here looks ancient. And as it goes up and around, you realize it's this strange kind of metal. It's not silver, it's not gold, it's this weird thing with flecks of gray and blue sparkles. It's basically, you don't know this, but this is oraculum.
Oh, that's a pronunciation I haven't heard before. I like it.
Like adamantium, but like stronger, or just
Not
like...
quite. It's just a very magical metal. The bases around it are quite smooth, except there are these inset little little holes in a little pocket around each of these pillars, and most of them have these little things in them. So right in around there and around here.
Ball bearing inside of this.
Sort of, yeah, except some of them are missing. And the one on the left, this one right here, I'm gonna mark it in the lello. Yeah. This one right here is badly scored, as though someone took something very, very powerful and slashed at it. And a lot of these little tiny nobules that are are normally inset in this and are on the right side are not there. There's several of them missing. They would be about this big around, except it's been scarred with this yellowish burn that doesn't penetrate.
Yeah. Okay. Man. That's really, it's definitely getting me peaked for sure.
That right there? That's loot. If we could do anything with it, which we can't. But, in a different game.
Hope you're casting something useful. How long is it going to take you?
Okay. Oh, man.
I can stop casting it without losing the spell slot, so I just checked that.
Just
if
so
I
you
need
know,
to shift gears, I
Benkuhm,
can.
the mage to your immediate east is flying in the air up about 20-30 feet. So you won't provoke if you go through east.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's within chain range.
Fun fact for you, that's within chain range.
That's true too.
And Benkuhm is pretty sure from your contexts that this arcane circle would be impenetrable because he doesn't have like Philees' abilities. So he's kind of like, I can't get through this circle. And these people over on the right here, they're like commoners.
Yeah, they're literally mouth agape, hiding in terror. I just haven't moved them. But they're just like, oh my god, pressed up against the wall. They're prisoners who weren't slaughtered.
Nice. So if I have this right, it's just the guy next to the book, this cleric that tried to suggest me, or sacred flamed me, this flying guy.
There are a couple people way south as well.
Yeah. And there's like the pool of blood isn't like swirling and like a whirlpool isn't coagulating into like a demon shape that's, summoning the end of the calamity or whatever. So, oh man. Yeah.
It is now.
Trust you guys. Okay, first thing I'll do, I'll get it out of the way.
By the way, one thing you do notice is that book inside this is about 4 feet in the air now above its pedestal and slowly rotating.
Oh, that's a point to notice. Yeah.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, again, it's like I can't enter the magic circle. Benkuhm doesn't know it's a magic circle, and he can't do shit. So, he's gonna do what he loves. He's gonna recklessly attack with the chain against this flying guy with a reach of 10.
Nice.
I think that was what we got there going.
You got a 15 reach, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 15 because we cut it down from like 30 or something.
Yeah,
it used to be huge.
It was bit broken, but now it's 15. But you don't have to spend a point to get it. So
nice. Wow, crit.
Nice.
Damn.
Barb. So I now have brutal critical. So it's gonna be 5d6 plus.
Yep, that's a bunch. The mage is like, I'm gonna fly, and no one's gonna be able to hurt me.
I think I couldn't be missing because it would have just automatically rolled from you, right? I think I'm missing the crit.
Yeah.
You add in the 5 there, but it's not the brutal critical, is it? It's just the.
Did add the brutal critical because it didn't double the.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out in a bit. Maybe I just macroed wrong. 22 plus 9 is 31. So the mage gets hit with the chain with a 31.
Man, you guys, you keep getting them like really close. The mage is just like, ha ha ha. Ah! You can spend a point to restrain or grapple.
I could.
If you want to.
I could, but instead, I know that Fenris is a dainty little bitch. I gotta go. If I run off this thing under the guy, it would be 25 feet of movement. So if I'm delayed or anything, I could get. Can I attack him diagonally? Do you want me to jump?
Yeah,
on
you
the
can
bit?
totally attack him diagonally. Or you can stand on the mimic barrels. It's up to you.
Are they mimic barrels? Fuck.
Dude, those are fucking mimic barrels. Actually, I want you to stand on the mimic barrels and then wear them like slippers. Because they adhere.
You know what I do instead then? Can I punch both my hands through a barrel?
Smash. Whatever you want, man.
If that gives me like mechanically the same thing as what I was gonna do, but for flavor, I love you. But
If you hit with both of them, I'd count it as the maul, but not magical.
all right. I'll go for the maul. Oh, Todd, why do you have to be so rules-based?
Rule of cool. I offered to have you walking around with barrel stilts. You'd be like 12 feet tall.
I also forgot to say Great Weapon Master. I'm not going to Great Weapon Master. I'm just going to make 2 reckless swings with my maul.
Yeah.
For 21 and a 25.
Seems reasonable.
21 misses.
What?
25 hits.
God, all right, so it's only 10 damage then. Shit. All right, well that's my turn.
He has to roll con check.
Todd. Oh,
Actually, dude, this is too good. You run up and like the maul slips from your hand as you dodge under, and maybe a slippery of the blood. You grab the barrels, just smash, and slam them down on Ostrin's head. And you raise them up, and he's crumpled at the bottom.
Oh, he goes.
A fun point for you. That I would count as non-lethal damage.
I think this guy's important, so I'm protecting him. But if I can keep him alive to torture him later, I guess. I pick up a barrel, and like the DK animation when he beats you in that first Mario, I just kind of like pump it over my head, standing in the same space. That's my turn. That's it. Okay.
Todd.
Yeah,
Sorry to interrupt. Lot was happening there.
no problem.
Benkuhm did hit the flying mage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the fly spell?
Oh, thank you. Yep.
Good call.
Good call.
It saved. Or it kept concentration. It's wobbling up there. The chain is like dangling from its ankle. Yeah, so Benkuhm just knocked out Ostrin as he was beating on Fenris.
I'm the only one who can beat on my friends.
Archibald turns to this crossbowman and is like, do you really want to do this, or do you want to just like run? Intimidation check?
I don't have his charisma on my sheet.
That's okay,
but
I
yeah,
rolled
it's
an
pretty
18.
high. That's the one he's good at. I believe he has expertise in that.
Yeah. He actually gets 2 of them for free.
Yeah.
And
Now, is that his action, or does he also able to wing a dagger at Fly Mage?
that's gonna be his action.
Cool. Yeah. No, I think that's totally legit. Like,
Actually,
I'd love to see him like jump up on something that he can like get some height with and be like, "All right, everyone, let's get
Gemini_Twin.
out of here."
Said.
Show's
Now
over, get
Benkuhm
out.
needs to
Yeah,
keep
exactly,
the barrels
right?
from
Like,
biting the guy since they
don't
are
waste
now
your
biting
time,
everything
just
in
leave.
range.
Just a
So-
bunch of beating on each other.
So Benkuhm has these barrels on his hands, and he's like, ah, and he goes to put them down, and they're stuck.
Fuck!
And then the mouths open on the far end, and he's like, what? And he's trying to keep them away, and they're biting everything in range. That was Gemini. Archie jumps up on this pile of bricks pretty close to there and starts intimidating every guard within a 50-foot radius, and every guard and rolls an 18. Archibald cows most of the guards in the area, so all the
at least a
purple
plus
capes,
8 to that. So,
yeah, all the purple capes just turn and book it. Interestingly, this guy who Benkuhm had gone face to face with just north, who's been standing there watching all this go on, is like, doesn't want to get any closer to Benkuhm and his giant barrel mimics of just maw. And decides to run around the pillar, sees the chain writhing and attacking the mage, steps back, sees this guy dying against the bleeding out, that mage, and then sees the magical impenetrable barrier and is like, what? Splashes into this pool, waist deep in blood, starts sloshing through it, gets to about here, and then gets pulled back in.
Oh, God.
Under the surface.
Dang. Todd, just so it helps me with this whole chain thing, I can't take an opportunity attack through the chain because it's just like...
No, unfortunately not.
It's its own kind of magical bonus action item.
Yeah.
Just so it helps me, so I know. Thank you.
I mean, it can keep attacking on your bonus actions without having to spend again. Once you animate it, you can just keep going. Bonus.
It's got its own AC. It has its own HP.
Yeah. But it doesn't. It's sort of like spiritual weapon in the sense that it doesn't get opportunity attacks. And
cool.
Yeah, I think that's almost it. This mage and this cultist step up. Nice. And this guy goes, and they come forward. And they're just chanting. They don't even say anything. Even the mage up in the sky, who's been so damaged, by the way, 38 out of 40 hit points.
Nice.
Have been just erased. He flies a little bit over to here, so he's equidistant with the others. And this one laying on the ground comes hobbling over, barely standing, just bleeding his lifeblood out on the ground. They stand equidistant around this lake of blood, humming, and the humming starts to shake the stones, and one by one, they go stiff as a board and fall in. Splash.
Can they do this before Darmita goes?
This is their yeah, sorry.
I mean, Archie just went,
flavor.
So I don't think
this is
they
technically
have
on their turn before Archie, anyway.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, yeah.
Splash. And even the one up in the sky flies over it, looks back at you all, and then just smiles and stops the spell and plummets into the pool. For a second, the water is just undulating, and then it's still. And then a couple of bubbles.
Sounds like that takes some time.
It does. And that, I think, is where we're going to pause for tonight. Technically, well, I'm curious to know. There is no immediate threat, I don't believe.
I mean, we don't know that.
Well, you don't, but I mean, there's no combatants that are within range of you, except maybe Darmita. She could pick off people running away.
Just shoot people in the back like a full war crime.
Nobody gets away. Nobody.
Ostrin is still breathing, and Benkuhm has these barrels attached to him, trying to shake them off. What are you gonna do, Darmita?
I'm gonna look at Fenris. I know the name Ulstrin. We've talked in depth about who this person is and what he did, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Many a campfire story.
I'm gonna come back over to Fenris and say to him, finish him. I really need my hunter's mark back, thanks.
Fenris.
He may know the name. We need to know the name of the eye.
That we
Like, I just looked down on him like I want to kill him so badly.
Not to be uncaring, but and I'm like still casting a spell at the same time because I only use my action. I can theoretically still talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
But seems like a liability to me. It was quite a fight. Out of character, like I don't. If we tie this guy up, he's just gonna break out and kill us. Like no.
Archie, at this,
Like,
Archibald
No.
turns and says,
Okay.
what's that? And he points towards the pool.
Oh, fuck me. I
how
bring
much time is passing? Is this all one round?
This is all, 6 seconds.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I'm actually going to try to pull over the book as
Okay.
well.
to me.
Oh, I agree with that.
So
It's like-
you try to use telekinesis to grab the levitating book, and the spell just it's pushing against this barrier that's around it.
Hmm.
Cool.
You're gonna have to deal with the barrier before you get the book.
Hmm.
And at that
Wait,
point, head, then shoulders,
Oh,
covered in a thick layer of blood,
Mhm.
wings,
Oh, yes.
red feathers,
To me.
just emerging, walking up out of this pool of blood and bodies. Yes. Flapping, spraying blood everywhere. The sunken, lifeless eyes. An angel
Oh my god.
appears in the middle of this pool. And she looks down and sees Darmita, and she calls her. My daughter,
Ooh.
you should not have come. And that's where we're gonna end the night.
You sadistical bastard.
Shit. I'm gonna fuck your mom up.
Can
Why
you
does
throw that pickup?
my
I'm gonna do this. Can you throw that pickup on stream?
Bela, you're
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
You do that while I sit here and think about.
Bela, your headphone. You gotta bring it down.
I think she doesn't want to. She's just wanting to swear at me.
I heard her complaining and it cut out, so I was like,
Oh, it's down.
oh, there we go. There.
I'm wondering. Part of that, why does everybody kill my mother, was aimed at you too, Trent.
Hey, man. I'll kill your mom if she's trying to kill me, but I'm not gonna just kill your mom.
Looking at her, it looks like she's already dead.
Pretty hot, though. I mean,
Yeah, she's like, she's an angel.
oh, Darmita, your mom is hot. Jeez. What is she, 1,000?
Yeah, somewhere there.
Oh, and I love that you are like straight eye line across from her.
Oh yeah.
I know, right? Benkuhm is feeling the heat. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck your mom. I kill her.
Oh my god.
All right, it's getting late, guys. I think we're gonna
Yeah.
call it there. Thanks very much. Thanks for playing, guys. It's been 2 weeks. It's been too long.
That was a great game.
Great
It
game.
was good. It was good.
That was
I'm
a lot
very
of
curious
combat.
about how much time is passing because we sort of dropped out of initiative while I'm casting a spell.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether or not mine. Because I would love to just have as soon as she shows up, also my summon shows up, that'd be awesome. But
Yeah, you know what?
I think it's probably
We'll
a little
determine
bit
exactly.
off.
It's gonna be pretty close. Probably like 20 seconds of you guys being like, "Do we kill him?" Benkuhm, you do have 2 mimics attached to your hands. That's canon, and they're trying to bite you. If you keep your arms out, you're okay. For the most part.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, Gemini. Gotta love mimics.
I love mimics.
Well, great game, guys. Thanks for.
All right, well, that was lots of combat, lots of fun. Sorry that Jay couldn't make that because he got a couple good moves in. He had some fun there. He scared the shite out of some of those guards. All right. Well, that did not go the way I expected, but I'm happy.
I feel like it did. I feel like it went basically.
No,
as
I thought the
expected.
Arrhenius was going to be a lot more trouble.
I mean,
I thought you get honestly the dispel magic to get past the magic trap that was going to trigger a bunch of undead and possibly the Dracolich. Nothing.
that's a quick. It was obviously Dragolich. We know.
Yeah.
Don't you don't have to be like.
I don't have to be coy.
Yeah. But that is an interesting question I'd love to ask. Did you think that because you knew Gord or Fenris doesn't have dispel magic?
No, I didn't.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
I just thought it would
prepared
burn a
dispel
slot.
magic because I knew that.
Nice.
It's come up before where like Umber to Sarah would look to Fenris and be like, "Do you have spell magic? I don't have spell magic. Do you have spell magic?"
You only have limited spells, guys.
So I was like, "All right, I'll take it. I'll take it with my druid. He'll be fine."
All right. Well, that's it for tonight, everybody. We'll do this again in about a week. Tuesday, 9:30, I think, works for most of us. If not, just let me know. We'll chat on the Discord. And for those watching and suggesting games, thanks so much. Gemini Twin, Grimdor, Yaofen, thanks so much. And everybody who didn't feel like they wanted to pipe up, the Dritz, thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you liked our show, please check out in a week. You can also see us on YouTube and podcast version on all the podcast places. And yeah, just spread the word if you don't mind. Just spread some joy. We like having a bit of an audience to interact with. So thanks so much. Oh man, I'm not going to be able to sleep after this. The adrenaline.
That was a good fight, guys. That guy, I only have 15 hit points left. He really hurt me.
I think
Yeah,
that
getting hit is the worst thing. Just like don't get hit. That's my advice.
My advice as an adventurer, do not get hit.
I totally like meta it in my head just because I know roughly that when I had to, if I were to face off against the Arrhenius, I was like, okay, I have to do like roughly 150 damage, so you know the party can deal with all the guards while I try to face tank.
Mhm.
And then he's just sitting in the corner like, I subtle cast, and I was
Yeah.
like, all right, well, waiting. And then Darmita went off, and I was like, okay, cool, it's my turn now. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a quick fun note. Arrhenius, 152. That matters later. Anyway, we'll come back to that.
When
Oh
it's
yeah.
coming back to us.
152.
We'll see.
Yeah, he rolled
She's probably
damage when she got pulled in. Yeah.
She's probably super pissed.
Yeah, the abyss.
Just this, it keeps happening.
Oh
Man,
man,
when you started shoving
almost.
people through that portal, I was like, you're the only one who can see it and effectively activate it. Otherwise, like, you could just miss, because if it's like time warpy and you push someone through, it
That was
doesn't do
such an
anything.
interesting.
But then if
fact that,
you
like,
get it while it's open, you could actually get people through, but there's a very limited window, a D10 seconds.
Gemini_twin. Said,
There's a different version
episode
of this fight
name
where it was just like,
suggestion,
just hide the whole
The
time.
plot
Whoop,
thickens,
whoop.
and the
Whoop.
bloody
Gemini's
mom
got
is
a great
just to
suggestion for the
see.
name. Gemini,
That is the cleanest suggestion I could think of.
oh my god, I have to read this because they didn't hear it, Gemini. So, Gemini Twin suggests episode name suggestion, the plot thickens, and the bloody mom is just thick. That was the cleanest suggestion I could think of. Thank you so much. I will definitely take the plot thickens. I don't know about the rest. We'll see.
I do appreciate Trent's suggestion from earlier.
I do.
What was
I
it?
think that's
It was in the heart of
The Heart of Salemrock. or
Yeah.
Heart of Salemrock. The
Could just be
bloody
like-
mom is thick. No, I don't know.
of this hella thick mama. I don't know. Just ruin the title.
Yep, we like to do that. All right, thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll deal with that in post. All right, I gotta get some sleep. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Here we go.
Good night, all.
Dogs.
Night, guys.